And good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Comic Book Memories.
Hey, good morning. How's it going, Rod?
Well, as we were discussing, we both had a bit of a week here. We got the ill and infirmed here this week. So
Pretty much.
dealing with a little sciatica, dealing with an earache, and a few other illnesses and whatnot. And I know you've got your share this week.
Yeah, it's been a, like I say, it's been a week. So, my voice might go during the middle of this. So if it does, I apologize. Some people probably be saying, yay. I can hear Eric right now. But, yeah, we'll just do the best we can. This, like we were talking, this, even as crappy as we feel and things going on, maybe, you just like to get on here and talk with everybody and just kind of get your spirits raised by the whole thing. So
that's it. I mean, we look forward to this every week, and when we have to postpone a show, it's not fun. We really do look forward to this. So hopefully, everybody will overlook our shortcomings this week. And we'll have some fun. We'll share some comic books, some memories, some laughs, and hopefully the end of 2 hours, which will normally go by pretty doggone quick, we'll both feel a little better, and everybody else will be feeling good too. Absolutely. What do you say? Shall we open the peanut gallery?
Yeah, let's bust open the peanuts.
All right, let's do it. And good morning to the Peanut Gallery.
Good morning, guys.
Great to have you all with us again. Hopefully, you guys had a better week than we've had. So let's get right to it. Let's see who's out here and see what's going on. All right, we got Easy Comic Reader starting us off as always. He says the triumphant return of Rod and Shannon to the tune of New York Groove by Ace Frehley. Now, I was talking with Shannon before this. I have to admit, I'm not familiar with that song, and Shannon says neither is he. But I did manage to listen to it quickly 3 times before we came on, so I'm going to try my best to see if I can replicate that. So here we go. Couple of weeks since I was here. On the tube, I was passing my time away. To the left and to the right. Books catching my eye, they're out of sight. Ooh, a werewolf by night. Not great, but here I am in the chat with a bunch of nuts. And baby, you better believe we're back in the memories groove. We're back in the memories groove. And that's about it. I butchered that.
Hey, it sounded great to me, man. I mean, I'm kind of a Kiss fan, but I never was. I never did listen to the solo album, so I don't know.
Oh man, I have to personally apologize to Easy Comic Reader for butchering that. I thought I would have the melody down at least on this stanza, but no, I was off key. I know I was off key. But thank you so much, Easy Comic Reader, as always, to start us off with your music stylings, with the comic book related themes. We love it. We love it. We love it. Thank you so much.
Great stuff.
All righty. So do you want to alternate the comments like you usually do, Shannon, or do you want me to just do them, or what do you feel up to?
Man, you might want to go ahead and do the chat.
Okay.
I probably gonna lose my voice before too long. So
Okay, we'll save those golden tones for showing them books.
I appreciate it.
All righty. Rob Brown. Great to have you with us, Rob.
Hey, Rob.
He says he was 30 minutes early. Ugh, my curse. Laughing about it. Well, great to have you with us again, Rob. Thanks for hanging out with us. He says, laugh out loud, the power of Shannon.
I don't know how much power's there.
And then there's Lady M, Maranya. Great to have you with us, Maranya. Thank you. Better to be early than late to this, Rob. Good morning to you and ECR, she says.
Good morning, guys.
And Rob is saying good morning to Lady M. And Rob says, enjoying a steak biscuit before the show. Yum.
Oh, that sounds good.
Lady M says, I'm getting ready to make my customary shrimp and cheesy grits for breakfast, along with the chocolate coffee. I got to say, I've talked about it before. We go, like every Wednesday, me and my wife, we make a trip to the mall. It's about a half hour away, a little less. And I stop and I go into the collectibles shop, but we always visit this coffee shop that we go in, and my wife will sit there for a couple hours and chat with the people in there. Wonderful people. And but usually I've tried the iced coffees, and it's very good. But man, I decided to go with a hot cocoa. And they made a hot cocoa. I'm telling you, it was a hot cocoa with some cinnamon. And it tasted like I was eating a liquid chocolate cake that just came out of the oven. It was miraculously life-changing.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Rob was talking about a steak biscuit. And I was talking with a guy at work, a younger guy. And he just comes off with this, so what's your favorite color? What's your favorite blah, blah? I said, okay, Shannon, what's your favorite McDonald's thing at McDonald's? I admit, I don't go to McDonald's a whole lot. I mean, if it is, I'll stop and get coffee. I still really like the coffee. But when my wife and I were both still working third shift, I would get off and we stop, go through the drive-through and get a breakfast sandwich and a coffee. And we were talking about that. And he said, what's your favorite breakfast sandwich? And I'm like, well, they used to have a steak, egg, and cheese bagel. And I'm like, man, this stuff was the SHIT, it was. And so, but they don't make it. Oh, they brought it back. Oh, seriously? Oh, that's cool. So I didn't think anything about it. Well, a couple of days later, I was sitting in the parking lot before work, because I get there pretty early and I'm watching YouTube videos or whatever. And all of a sudden somebody knocks on my car window, and I'm but whoa, hey man, I brought you a present. Looking underneath been at McDonald's, he brought me one of those breakfast sandwiches. I smell that thing. Oh man, I'm gonna have that for break. And I was like, no, I'm not. I'm going to eat that right now. So I pretty much inhaled it, and I was like, man, that made my day.
Oh, I mean, there are just certain foods that you just love. Like you said, McDonald's. We don't go to McDonald's a whole lot, very rarely. But when I go in the morning and I get those hash browns. Oh man, I used to go when I was working like an hour and a half from home. Sometimes I would stop at the McDonald's on the way in. It was a 24-hour one. I would stop, get like five or six hash browns and a cup of when you could make put ketchup. You could, before they gave you the packets. Now they give you the packets, but before they had a machine that you could pump ketchup in. I'd take a coffee cup, fill it with just a styrofoam coffee cup, fill it with ketchup, and that would be my breakfast. Oh, that was so good, man. So good though.
Yeah, hash browns are pretty good, I'll admit.
That's about all I eat. Them and maybe their French fries once in a while, but that's it. Easy Comic Reader says, good morning, Maranya. And Easy Comic Reader says, good morning to Rob as well. And Beckerman, Mr. Beckerman is with us again. Thank you for joining us, sir. He says, making breakfast as well. Bacon, egg, and cheese biscuits.
Sounds good, too.
Boy, everybody's eating good out there today. Rob Brown says, morning, Easy. And he says, hi to Mr. Beckerman. And Mr. Beckerman says, good morning, Rob. And Easy Comic Reader says, good morning to Mr. Beckerman. And Mr. Beckerman says, good morning to Easy Reader. And Rob Brown says, so I got my first JLA comic, and it's so good, LOL. Open up a bunch of rabbit holes for me, my poor wallet.
Yeah, he was telling me about that, and he showed me some stuff he got, and there was I think he got like a Howard the Duck 7-Eleven cup, like a glass. Man, it was awesome.
Now the JLA that he's what version of the JLA is he talking about?
I'm guessing it's the original. I'm not sure about that because I don't think I saw it. But
yeah, I'm curious to know if it's the original, Justice League of America one. Because man, if that's it, well, I'm like you. I like all the iterations of the JLA, But that first run was awesome. The characters and everything, yeah. I love that. So hopefully, and if that's the case, yeah, it will be your poor wallet, Rob. Because that is a great run to pick up. He says, also got Aquaman #2 first series. Woo, woo.
Yeah,
awesome.
I got to see that one, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. You don't see those early Aquamans too often. And Dr. Von Chiller is in the house. Hey, John.
Hey, Doctor, how are you, John?
Great to have you with us again. Thanks for hanging out with us on this Saturday morning. He says, howdy, y'all. I'm early today, and that's not saying much as I've been up for 6 hours already. Oh, my God.
Yeah, he's an early riser, man. Oh, I want to tell John, got your Christmas card, buddy. we didn't do Christmas cards this year, so I'm apologizing to everybody that might have been expecting one, but yeah, we got it. We set our Christmas cards on the counter. We might have 2 now.
Yeah, that's actually, I believe my wife has already said that is on today's agenda for this afternoon, is to get out the birthday cards, get out the Christmas cards. So Rob Brown says good morning to Dr. Von Chilla, as does Easy Comic Rita. And Garatu Orloff is here all the way from the Hotel Orloff.
Good morning, Doctor.
Great to have you with us, sir. Thank you for hanging out with us again on your Saturday morning. Greatly appreciate it. And we got Easy Comic Rita saying good morning to Gratu, as does Rob Brown. And Rob Brown says, ooh, 3 minutes, I'm so excited. And Mark Siniard, the average superhuman, says good morning to all the peanuts in the peanut gallery.
Good morning to Mr. Superhuman, sir.
Absolutely. Rob Brown says good morning to Mark. And Maranya says good morning to Beckerman, John, Mark, and Gratu. Mark Siniard said good morning to Rob. And Lady M says inquiring minds want to know, what are the Pauline and Cat Murdoch reports? Mark Siniard says good morning to Maranya. And Quite Enough Sayer is with us again this morning. Thank you, sir.
UNS, good morning, sir.
He says good morning to the gallery and our venerable hosts. Well, thank you, sir. And Higgy Pop is in the house. There we go. Oh, my bell didn't work. There we go.
There we go. Hey, Higgy.
Higgy Pop is in the house. He says, hey there, Peanut Gallery. Great to have you with us, Higgy. Thanks for stopping by, brother.
As always.
And Easy Comic Reader says, hey, Higgy Pop. Rob Brown says, Higgy, hey, bud. And Higgy Pop Comics says, my man, Easy. Lady M says, good morning to QNS and Higgy Pop. Higgy Pop says, he's bad, Robert Brown, greatest artist in the whole dang town. Poor Jim Croce, let me tell you. But I knew where you were going, Higgy. Rob Brown says, rolling on the floor laughing, you're a nut, he says. And Mr. Beckman says, good morning, Maranya. Mr. Murdoch is sleeping after his breakfast. Oh. He's just taking a little nap. See, that's what I do. After I eat a big meal or something, man, I just want to curl up and take a nap. Feed me, put me to bed. The Jackson Roy Kirk is here this morning. Thank you, sir.
Hey, Jackson, good to see you.
Great to have you with us on this Saturday morning once again. Thanks for spending it with us. He says a whole lot of tailgating going on. Good morning, folks, he says. Mr. Beckman says, hey, Higgy. Rob Brown says, good morning to all. And Easy Comic Reader says, the Jackson Roy Kirk. That's correct. And Lady M says, where there's a Jackson, Eric is sure to follow. Usually it's vice versa, though, she says. Ranger Sly, our neighbor to the north. How are you, sir?
Good morning, Ranger. Glad to have you.
Great to have you with us again on this wonderful Saturday morning up here in the frozen tundra of Maine. It's like a 35 degrees, 36 degrees, and it's sunshiny today. Ranger Sly says, good morning, Rod, Shannon, and all the peanuts. And Lady M says, Heidi ho, Ranger. I like that. Heidi ho. And Cheap Comic Collector, Triple C. Good morning, everyone, he says.
Welcome.
Great to have you with us again. Thanks for spending your Saturday with us.
Absolutely.
Lady M says, good morning to Rod and Shannon. Y'all were sorely missed by all of us in the peanut gallery. Well, thank you very much. We both appreciate that, I know, because like I said before, it's no fun when we have to cancel the show. We look forward to this, the highlight of our week, you know.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much, Maranya. Maranya says, good morning, Triple C. Easy Comic says, Triple C, peace. And the Professor Eric Breen is here now.
Morning, Eric.
Great to have you with us, Eric. Hope you're feeling better, my friend. That was mostly due to poor aim, though. Quite enough Sayer says, good day to the son of Jack from King's Church. Okay, I'm not sure what that's a reference to. So, okie dokie. Good day to the son of Jack from King's Church. I'm curious. Who is the son of Jack from King's Church? Higgy Pops Comics, the great Lady M, he says. And Maranya says, told you, there's our Eric. Right on time. Rob Brown says, oh, love that title card. Big fan of the Blue Falcon and Dynamite. Yes, the Blue Falcon and Dynamite were thrown on there. I did them yesterday, and always try to find something a little different, a little out of the way, something people might not remember until they see it and say, I remember that. Dr. Von Chilla, okay, hold on. We got to do this proper. There we go. Dr. Von Chilla with the morning Pauline report. Here we go. He says she has begun a whole new language of chirps and burps and squeaks. She seems mystified when I replicate her speech. This ain't my first rodeo, he says, laughing about it. Oh, that's awesome. It's just so cool when they're young like that. And they're just discovering themselves and the world around them, the world they're living in. It's so much fun. Thank you so much, John. Appreciate you keeping us up to date on the Pauline report. And Maranya says, Rod is channeling one of Santa's elves, so we all have to be on our best behavior so he can tell Santa on us. That means you too, Jackson, she says. Yes, this is my pre-Christmas little elf hat. You know, I don't know how long it'll stay on, but
that song from I think it was Rudolph, the cartoon, or
there were a couple of misfits, not a
no.
couple.
Well, that too. But Said we are Santa's elves,
Oh.
filling Santa's shelves.
That's it. We are Santa. I got those songs on my Spotify.
There you go.
I do. I have one playlist that on my Spotify for Christmas songs because I hate half the songs, the Christmas songs, or they say are Christmas songs on the radio. So I just play my own and I put it through the Bluetooth and put it on my radio. And it's all the old stuff, stuff from the 60s and 70s. And I got all these songs on there from Rudolph and stuff like that. I love those songs.
Oh yeah, I mean, I listen to that stuff, and I got stuff. You got to have all the Peanuts.
Yes,
from the Christmas special. I probably got like 2 or 3 different versions of the soundtrack on CD. And then Johnny Mathis, I always loved his Christmas stuff. Elvis Presley, Andy Williams, just all kinds of the old classic stuff. Brenda Lee, Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. All the good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I go back. Robert Goulet, I got a lot of his stuff on there. Bing Crosby, of course. All that old stuff that I grew up. That's what my parents listened to on the radio this time of year. So that's what I grew up with and love. So yeah, I just love listening to Christmas music. My wife gets a little annoyed with me sometimes. Just put on the radio. No, I don't want to listen to them because I don't want to hear them flapping their gums, in between listening. I want to hear just straight music, man. So. Right. She appreciates it once it gets going. Eric Breen says, yay! Rob Brown, he's laughing about it. Rob Brown also says, well, I extremely look forward to Saturday morning thanks to this show as well, Doc. Well, thank you very much, Rob. We really appreciate that. We really do.
Yes, we do.
You guys mean a lot to us. Lady M says, I almost didn't make it to the auction last Saturday because it didn't feel like Saturday without CBM. Oh, no. We can't be disrupting everybody's YouTube schedule. And Comic Book Curator 68.
Hey, Jeff. How's it going?
I was just watching some of your videos, your shorts last night, Jeff. He's got to have an incredible comic collection.
Yeah, he shows some great stuff. I was just, he'll just say, a recent haul, and he'll be pulling out all this stuff. And I'm like, that's like the same stuff that I collect, Showed a bunch of the facsimiles, and I was like, yeah, I got those, or I got them coming in the mail, or, So he shows some great stuff.
One of the ones I watched last night, he was showing a lot of Dell stuff. He had the werewolf, the Dracula ones that are supposed to be superheroes, and stuff like that, which is great stuff. You don't see that too often. So, yeah, I was marking out big time. Great stuff. You get a chance on Instagram, definitely check out Comic Curator 68. A lot of fun. You guys will enjoy it.
And he's got a YouTube channel too now. So.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I forgot about that. You are correct. So check out both of those. So Lady M says, good morning, Comic Book Curator. And Eric Breen says, Imelda Marcos doesn't have enough shoes to throw at Rod for that rendition. Yeah. I got nothing. I got no defense. Was not familiar with the song at all. And I heard it 3 times before we got him on the air, and I still couldn't do it.
Yeah, I had heard of the song. I just couldn't remember hearing it or what the melody was. So,
I think next week my voice might be going. Oh, let's see. Charles Martindanes is with us again today.
Welcome, sir.
Great to have you with us, Charles. Thanks for spending your Saturday morning with us. He says, hello, all. And Lady M says, hello, Charles. Easy Comic Reader. He's applauding. He says, bravo, Rob and the CBM dancer. That's it. We got like, the...
Yeah, that's the extent of my dancing.
Hey, it's better than I can do, brother. Believe me, you don't want to see me dancing. I do the Elaine there from Seinfeld. Remember that?
Oh yeah. That's my favorite.
Not an ounce of rhythm in this body. I'm telling you. Michael Taylor says, hello, Doc and Shannon.
Good morning,
Michael Taylor,
Michael.
he says also, oh, that's right. Yeah. I'm sorry, Michael. I did not give you your proper due. Michael, thank you for spending your Saturday with us. We appreciate that. I'm sorry about that. My mind was wandering. And we greatly appreciate you hanging out with us. Thank you so much. He says, hello, Doc and Shannon. And he says, hello, ECR. And we got Graphic Man. Who in the world would be crazy enough to start a show with musical numbers? Hello, all, he says.
Hey, Micah.
Micah, great to have you with us, brother. Thank you for spending your Saturday with us. Appreciate it. Don't forget to check out the Four Color Fossils on Wednesday nights, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, to definitely see more great comics and hear more great stories. Absolutely. On the Graphic Man channel. Easy Comic Reader says hello to Michael. And Michael says hello to Rob. And Lady M says, hey there, Michael and Graphic Man. Michael Taylor says hello, Maranya. And Easy Comic Reader says hello to Graphic Man. Michael Taylor says hello, Mr. Beckerman. And Michael Taylor says hello to Dr. Von Chilla. And Mr. Beckman says, hey, Michael. And Michael Taylor says hello, Gratu. Dr. Von Chilla says, howdy to Michael Taylor. And the Gray Man from across the pond is with us again.
Gray Man, good morning, sir.
Great to have you with us, Gray Man. Thank you for spending your Saturday morning with us. He says, hey, Santa and his peanut elves.
What time is it over there anyway? I can't even remember what the time difference is now.
I don't know. Is it like 5 hours behind us or something like that? Or ahead of us? I'm not sure.
Something like that. I can't remember.
I'm sure Mr. Gray Man will be able to give us the proper timage. Lady M says good morning to the Gray Man. And Graphic Man says, hello, Michael Taylor, Maranya, Easy Comic Reader, Comic Book Curator 68, Charles Martin, Triple C, Rob Brown, and Dr. Von Chilla, and Mr. Beckerman. There, got them all in. Michael Taylor says, hello, Mark. Mark Cityard says, hello, Michael. Mr. Beckerman says, hello, Graphic Man. Graphic Man says, Shannon is so tough, he spilled McDonald's coffee all over himself and didn't say a word. And no lawsuit?
No lawsuit.
Michael Taylor says, hello, Graphic Man. Comic Curator 68 says, I'm driving and listening, guys. It's raining here in Florida. We'll watch on the rewind. Well, thank you, sir. Drive carefully, as always. Dr. Von Chilla says, howdy, Graphic Man. The Jackson Roy Kirk says, take care, CBC. Michael Taylor says, hello, Gray Man. Lady M says, be careful driving, Comic Book Curator. Yes, always safety at first. Michael Taylor says, hello, CBC. Michael Taylor says, hello, Jackson. And the Jackson Roy Kirk says, meh, just Eggos and coffee for me this morning. Hey, I'm with you, though. I like Eggos. I got Eggo waffles. So, yeah, gonna have some when I get done here. So, nothing wrong with the Makos. Michael Taylor says, hello, Eric. And the Jackson Roy Kirk says, hey, Michael, Dr. V, the man of graphics, ECR, and Mr. Beckerman. And Michael Taylor says, hello, Higgy. Whoops. There we go. Rob Brown, the JLA comic is from the first run, I believe. Oh, cool. Good. Oh, to me, that's always the best. Is that first run. Silver Age stuff. Love it, love it, love it. I think you're going to love it too. And your wallet's going to scream. Well, Eric Breed says, hey, Michael. And Mr. Beckman says, hey, the Jackson Roy Kirk. The Jackson Roy Kirk says, oh, good morning, buddy. Mike Dilla says, Doc and Shannon, everything okay with you guys? I hope the show was postponed. I know the show was postponed last Saturday. Yes, we both have had our share of ailments and whatnot. So, but I know for myself, mine are ongoing, and they're just things you got to learn to deal with when you're old.
Yeah. With me, it's same kind of crud I had a few weeks ago, and my wife's been sick, grandkids been sick, in-laws have had surgeries, and it's just been one of those weeks. So, but glad to be here regardless.
So thank you very much, Michael. Appreciate that. Michael Taylor says hello to Ranger Sly, and he also says hello to Triple C. Quite Enough Sayer says son of Jack from King's Church is the meaning of the name Jackson Roykirk. I did not know that. I did not. Did you know that?
Didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't know that. So that I thought it was in relation to something from Star Trek, right?
I think it is too, but I'm not sure about the.
I knew that.
I heard the other one. Yeah.
That is cool to know. Thank you very much. See, I love it because I always learn something every week from the Peanut Gallery. Thank you, Quite Enough Sayer. And Charles Mardanes says, Rod, what mall are you getting the great hot cocoa? I could use one of those myself. It's a local mall here in New Hampshire, just over the border. It's in Newington, New Hampshire, and it's the Fox Run Mall. And if you go in there, it's called the Pink Hippo. Yes, that's right. It's called the Pink Hippo. It's a great place. The people there are phenomenal. They will get you whatever you want. They let you try it before you even pay for it. Taste it and see, make sure I've done it right, and everything. Super people. So super people. So I can't say enough. The Pink Hippo in the Fox Run Mall in Newington, New Hampshire. There we go. Rob Brown says, oh, I love the Rankin Bass TV shows. So wholesome. Oh, man. I mean, remember when those came on when you were a kid, that it was appointment television, because if you miss that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, chances are you've got to wait another year before you see that.
I mean, they would advertise it maybe a couple of days ahead of time, but then, okay, where's the TV guide? Let's make sure,
Mm-hmm. I used to read the TV. I was in charge of the TV guide Wednesday nights when we got the groceries. It was my job to pick up the new TV guide, and I didn't let it out of my grip till I was done reading it. So I would know when these things came on. So yeah, absolutely. Great stuff. Love those shows. Graphic Manager, Rod loves the Christmas song I played for him the other day. I'm a giver. Yeah, that was different. That was a mashup? I can't remember what the mashup was, but it was a mashup between like a rock song. Oh, Dirty Deeds. It was Dirty Deeds done dirt cheap, and I can't remember what the Christmas part was. But it was just like, well, that was a different mixture. So Rob Brown says, love the Bing. Yes, Bing Crosby, White Christmas. Just watched that with me and the missus last night, not last night, a couple nights ago. We watch that every year, White Christmas. Love that movie. Mr. Beckerman says, Robert Goulet always reminds me of Will Ferrell. Now, that's funny because, I mean, when I think of Will Ferrell, there's nothing that I think about makes me think about Robert Goulet, because Robert Goulet was always very dapper with the slicked hair and the goatee, very it was dark, so, and he was very, very, had that deep voice. Oh my gosh, we're already 20 minutes up. We haven't shown a comic yet. Okay, I'm going to try to buzz through the rest of these comics so we can get to some comics. How's that? Sorry, hope nobody gets mad. Michael Taylor says, yeah, it's amazing that Christmas is next week already. Yes, comes up very quickly. Once you hit Thanksgiving, man, it's a mad dash to Christmas. Dr. Von Chilla says, the older I get, Christmas music chokes me up. Yes. I've noticed that for me too. So I've been listening to Funkadelic all week. Uncle Jam wants you to funk with him.
Parliament. Yeah. There we go.
Oh, that's awesome. Robert Brown says, ugh, I don't see how you guys can keep up with more than 2 social media platforms. I do Facebook. I have a Twitter account, and that's all I can manage. Well, I don't get on all of them as often as I probably should or used to. Excuse me. But I just don't have the time to do it. I try to get on at least once a week, maybe to check and see if anybody's sent me any messages and stuff like that. But I don't get a chance. I don't know about you, Shannon.
Yeah, I mean, other than this, I mean, I do Facebook and I try to get on Instagram once in a while just to see what people are putting up, but that's about it.
Yeah, yeah. The Jackson Rourke says, easy, you went too modern with your song choice this week. I used to be a Kiss fan back in the mid 70s. Then I bought their double platinum album and I didn't understand a word that was on it. And I sold it like the next day to one of my good friends in the neighborhood. And that was the end of my dealings with Kiss. Still like their earlier stuff, though. Michael Taylor says the Batman #5 facsimile came out this week. Batman's chest logo is missing. Interesting. Mm-hmm. Easy comic reader. He's chocolate. Lady M says one of the best Rankin Bass Christmas specials is the life and adventures of Santa Claus. Yeah, I believe we just watched that one the other night. It's a darker telling of the Santa origin. I prefer it to most of the origin stories. Yes. Yeah, they did some great stuff. Rob Brown says, that is interesting, Michael Taylor. And Michael Taylor says, Doc, you didn't miss my name. No. I'm used to, I like to, when I repeat you first, when I mention you first, man, I want it to be a big welcome because we're thankful for everybody that spends their Saturday with us. So it's important to us, you know.
Absolutely.
So Lady M says, if I recall right, it's 5 or 6 hours ahead of Eastern Standard. I thought it was one or the other. So Dr. Bonchilla says it's mid-afternoon for the gray man. 3:30, my girlfriend says, to tell you that you make her laugh. You must be talking about you, Shannon. I can't see what anybody would laugh at with me. I mean,
yeah, well, hey, it is what it is, right?
It is what it is. I am what I am, and it's all that I am. Rob Brown says he's laughing out loud and no lawsuit because of that spilled coffee thing. Rob Brown says, Lady M, I saw that version. Blew my mind, he says. Lady M says, mine too, Rob. It's very rarely shown on TV, which is sad because it's great. Paulo Costa is in the house. Hey, Paulo, great to have you with us.
Hey, Paolo.
Thanks for spending your Saturday with us. He says, howdy, fellow peanuts. And Lady Maranya says, wow, Paulo is here. Is it time to end the show? Paulo says, certainly not. We're squeezing all the peanut juice out of Rod and Shannon. There we go. Man, I'm holy mackerel. I might have to suspend the comments for a little bit so we can get some comics in. You guys are really popping today. Dr. Von Chilla says, I had Chinese buffet for lunch yesterday, so I haven't had anything but water for the last 23 hours. Time for a beer. Wow, it's early in the morning. But hey, whatever works, whatever gets the job done. The Jackson Rourke says, the Pink Hippo? Sounds like they sell more than just coffee. Well, they actually do. They sell all kinds of homemade gifts and stuff, a lot of knitted stuff. They sell a lot of different foods there, just like breakfast snack food type of thing. They have a great lemon cake that I always hoard a couple of slices up. So yes, they do sell a few more things.
Yeah, when I first heard that, I thought that sounded like a mixed drink. So that might be what he's talking about too.
I know. When you think Pink Hippo is like, it's got the word pink in it. So what does that mean? No, nothing like that. It's just, I believe it was for their granddaughter. I think it was because she's there once in a while and she is a little sweetheart. She is awesome. Robert Brown says, laughing out loud at Dr. Von Chilla. And Mike Taylor says, I'm glad you guys are back. Hope everything gets better with you and your families. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Michael. We really do. Mr. Beckerman says, yeah, Pink Hippo is definitely a front for some sort of speakeasy. Well, they do serve alcohol in small amounts in certain coffees and stuff that you can get, but you have to drink them on the premises. You can't leave and drink them. So they're strict about that. It's not my cup of coffee, so I don't have to worry. The Jackson Worker says, yes, dirty deeds and rocking around the Christmas tree. Wicked. There you go. That's what the opening theme was to the Graphic Man's Four Color Fossil show last Wednesday. So if you get a chance, check it out. Charles Martin says, I'm going to go there. I'm not too far away. Oh, yeah, well, definitely. Yeah, tell them Rod and Tam sent you there. And I'm telling you, their hot cocoa, just a regular hot cocoa with a little bit of cinnamon. Oh, delicious, delicious. Dr. Von Chiller, Rob Brown, indeed, blood pressure and glucose are back to normal now. Cool beans. I need just a few carbs to get me through the chat. Lady Maranya says, I broke into my $6 Million Man box set my brother gave me last year, the other day. Watched the 3 TV movies. I don't remember the other 2. No, I didn't know there were 3. I knew there were 1, and I think I vaguely remember the second one. But, wow, that's cool. I didn't even know they were out in a box set. I got to go look for that. Lady M says, the movies before the TV started. I know the first one was before, because I remember seeing that. I was psyched to see that. You know, a cyborg, a guy who's part robot. I loved it. Mr. Beckman says, Will did an impression of Goulet on Saturday Night Live and later incorporated it into his Anchorman character. Oh, I did not know that. Very cool. Very cool. Mike Taylor says, yeah, I feel our pain. About 4 weeks ago, for the third time, luckily, it seems to be past me. He must be talking about, like, maybe having the same crud that you had. Have.
It's no fun.
Yeah. Rob Brown, I watch It's a Wonderful Life every year. Just love that film. I think that's the film that's on tap for tonight. Late this afternoon. We're going to watch that because we always watch that this time of year, too. Okay.
Oh, yeah, we always watch that, and we watched the George C. Scott version of Christmas Carol. That's a great one.
Yep, we watched that. We also watched the one with Alistair Sim, the old one from, like, what was it, 1948 or 58, something like that. We watched that version as well. Rob Brown says, I watch it every Christmas Eve for the last 30 plus years. Yeah, we do the same thing. Oh, that was Dr. Von Chilla that said that. I read the Rob Brown part. Dr. Von Chilla said that. He watches it every 30 each Christmas for the last 30 years. That's cool, though. Lady M says, fun fact, Life and Times of Santa Claus was written by L. Frank Baum, who is better known for writing The Wizard of Oz. I was going to say, I was reading his name. The Oz came to mind. Michael Taylor says, this show is important to me, too. You guys and the chat are like brothers and sisters from another mother to me. Well, thank you so much for that, Michael. We appreciate that.
Yeah, well, that's exactly the way we feel about it.
That's right. We talk about it. When we talk about it, it's like we've said, it's like you guys are just a big family. We're all a big family. We get together on Saturday morning, see how everybody's doing, share some laughs, share some books. You know, it's just fun stuff. Love it. Lady M says, the feeling was very mutual with all of you, Michael. Michael. Easy Comic Reader says he's giving a fist bump to Michael Taylor. There we go. Michael Taylor says, I was referring to COVID. Yeah, that's what I thought you were. Well, not that you have COVID, but that when we had COVID, man, I'm telling you, that was no fun. It sucked. And Mr. Lead Paint is here this morning. Great to have you with us, Lead Paint.
Good morning, Lead Paint.
He's got a morning. He's clapping. Mike Taylor says, we've been doing this a long time. Yep. All right. Let's show some comics. How about that? Oh, my gosh. Well, do you want to go first? Or
yeah, well, I still got some voice. I'll show a stack.
Okay.
I just did everything the last minute because, just not feeling the greatest. And I just pulled out a magazine box. And I think a lot of it is the Warren stuff. There might be a few mixed ones in here, but we'll see what's going on here.
Okie dokie. Hold on. Let me give you the spotlight.
Okay. First one we got here is Pacific Comics. I know a lot of people know what this is. The Raj 2000.
Oh,
John
yes.
Byrne.
Ah, I got that. That's cool.
Yeah, this is a good one. A lot of it's got black and white, but great John Byrne work. And speaking of great work, we got Mr. A from Steve Ditko.
Now, how is that? Because I've wanted to dabble in that a little bit, try and pick one up here or there.
It's about what you'd expect from Ditko once he got into his serious Ayn Rand
Oh, okay.
phase.
Yeah.
It's like it's all black and white. You're either good or you're evil, and you've got to face the consequences if you're evil. So, but it's Ditko, so I'm gonna when I first heard about this, I got to have this. So, yeah, it's a cool little package. I mean, I liked it.
Yeah. I mean, they've always seemed pretty cool.
Yeah. And okay, we'll get into some Warren magazines here. There's a cover from the late great Jack Davis on Creepy #1.
Oh, nice. Wow.
Yeah, probably, I don't know, 10 or 15 years ago. And this is probably like a VG condition. I think I got this for $10. So, really happy to get that one.
Nothing wrong with that.
Okay, here's Creepy #3 with a Frank Frazetta cover.
Nice.
We got these cool Universal monster masks you can get. Yeah, this one's a little water damage, but hey, I just wanted to read it. I wanted to see the art. And Creepy #6. Not sure about the art, but plenty spooky enough.
That was a whole different world to me when I saw those on the newsstand for the first time.
Oh yeah, yeah. I dabbled in a little bit. I was mostly just wanted the color stuff, and then once I got into black and white stuff, I was all over it.
Mm.
And here's a great Gray Marl cover on #14.
Wow, that's neat.
And I think this is by Kenneth Smith. This is #41. It's pretty gruesome looking.
Oh, yeah.
And we have #48, showcasing some of the early covers.
I always like covers that do that, show back issues.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that. Because then I was like, oh, I want to get that one. I want to get that
one. All right. Here's #58. Nice. I am by no means even close to having all the creepies. I just kind of dabbled for a while, but when I see them once in a while, I'll try to pick them up just because I love the art and the stories. And this is kind of rough shape, but great cover. This is #61.
Wow.
And got some, I guess, showing the interior. Got some.
Oh, neat.
Got spirit. Yeah. And #63. This is I believe, a Bernie Wrightson cover, if I'm not mistaken. And the reason I wanted this, I'd heard about this story forever that Bernie Wrightson did the art on. It's called Jennifer, and it's pretty gruesome and creepy. There was a show called Masters of Horror, and I know a lot of you know what I'm talking about, but they actually adapted that into one of those Masters of Horror shows. So, yeah, you just have to check it out. It's called Jennifer. You read the story, and then you get the Masters of Horror thing. I think one of the guys from that show, Wings, actually played in it as the main character. But it's pretty good stuff.
Oh, wow.
And this is #64.
Ooh, he looks like he's seen better days.
Yeah, he looks like my third grade teacher. Sorry, Miss Amy. Here's #78.
Nice.
Dinosaur cover.
Classic.
And number 80.
Oh, neat. Comics International.
Good ads on the back. Another great Frank Frazetta cover, number 83.
Oh,
Look at that.
I'd like to see that coming at you.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you get some more
Feet,
ads on the back.
do your duty.
Yeah. And for the Christmas season, we got Creepy number 86. We got Santa Claus and Robots.
Giant Christmas issue.
Not sure who did that one. But... And here's number 87. I always like these triptych covers. Special Mars issue.
Nice.
This is a cool cover. Number 88.
Creepy.
And here's an all war issue. Another Frank Frazetta cover, number 89. And number 92.
Yeah, that's another classic issue.
Yeah.
See that?
A good one. All right, that's all I got for right now.
All righty. Where'd my thing go? Here we go. All right. There we go. Let's see. Up close. All right. Well, let's go back to the peanut gallery. You feel up to taking some, or you want me to continue?
I'll take a few until I run out of juice here.
All righty. I've got Jackson Rourkirk, he says, but see Lady M above, so we'll do that. Thank you, Jackson, for your steady eye right there for me.
And Maranya says, I feel like the dead mother of this band of lost boys. I haven't had to break out the wooden spoon yet, eyes Jackson.
And Michael Taylor says, saying hello to lead paint.
And Maranya says, wow, some art is perfect with that color and in black and white. Burn is one of them. Yeah, agreed.
Byrne, you know what character I really wanted to see Byrne do more of? And that was the Spectre. I loved his version of the Spectre. Yeah. You know, just so smooth and everything. He did, what did he do? He did a cover, I think, or of DC Comics Presents with Superman and the Spectre, I think.
No, it was actually, I know what you're talking about. It was in Action Comics.
Yeah, there you go.
When they redid the rent of that, they kind of did it like a team-up book. Yeah, I've got those issues. Yeah, burning.
Yeah, I mean, it's just phenomenal artwork. I love that stuff. Charles Mardane says, look for It'll Happen on Fifth Avenue. It's a great Christmas movie. I'll have to hunt that one down, sir. Thank you very much for that.
And Rob Brown, my God, I've never seen that PC Comic Garage 3000 before. Wallet cries. Oh, no. And Rob is a Byrne guy. I figured he'd already had that one.
Oh, yeah.
Glad to make you spend money, my friend.
And Michael Taylor saying, very cool Mr. A comic.
And Dr. VC says, nice, creepy number one, Shannon. Thank you, John.
Absolutely. Rob Brown says, creepy number one, sheesh.
And Beckerman says, I picked up a few Mr. A books over the years for my Ditko collection. Oh, yeah. You got to have Ditko in your collection.
Yeah, absolutely. Quite Enough Sayer says, don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that.
And Dr. VC, none of my Warren magazines are bagged and boarded. They scream their intent to be read. Read those books. Yeah.
Absolutely. And Lady M says, The Shop Around the Corner is a little-known Christmas movie that is simply wonderful all around. Jimmy Stewart is better in this than Wonderful Life, in my humble opinion. I'll have to check that one out, too. The Shop Around the Corner.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one. That's cool.
No, I've never heard of that one either. So thank you very much, Lady M.
And Jackson Horror says a lot of great horror covers. 'Tis the season.
Well,
Hey, it's comic related. It is always the season.
there was Santa. Yeah, the Christmas issue.
That's right. I made sure. Yeah.
There you go. Charles Mardines says, I also really enjoyed the shop around the corner. Well, there's 2 recommendations, so I'm definitely going to hunt that one down. Thank you, guys.
And Dr. Bond says Jennifer is definitely a Warren horror classic. My uber favorite Warren tale is In Deep by Bruce Jones and Richard Corbin. Oh, that's a good writer artist team. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool. Lady M says, if I can have my Christmas tree up year round, Shannon can show horror books in the Christmas season. It's funny because she mentioned, having her Christmas tree up year round. And we have Christmas lights literally strung around the living room, and they are up year round. And that is, if we want just a little bit of lighting in there, make it like a movie theater type of thing, we'll put those lights on. More often than not, they're on. So,
and Michael Taylor, looks like that monster didn't get a present from Santa. Yeah. He was not happy.
Well, now he's on the naughty list, so he's going to get coal. Rob Brown says, amazing creepies, Shannon.
Thanks, sir. And Michael Taylor says, fantastic creepies, especially number 1.
That's cool because you don't see that number 1 too often. That's cool. That is awesome. Michael Taylor says, speaking of Fifth Avenue, I'm not far from Fifth Avenue. There you go.
And Rob Brown, the shop around the corner. I got to look that up, Lady M. Yeah, I'd never heard of that.
No, cool. We're going to add that to the Christmas viewing list. And that catches us up with the Peanut Gallery. All righty, so let's see. What do I want to start off with here? I think I'll start off with some early defenders. How about that?
Sounds good to me.
All right. Here we go. First, I'll show a couple little things I got. I don't know if I showed him before. Little Adam Ant, little stuffed guy. Yeah, Adam Ant. Up and Adam Ant.
There we go.
Love that.
So is he adamant about that?
Ah. Oh, and then I don't know if I showed this before either. This is a little figure from the Batman Classic TV series put out by McFarlane Toys in DC. And it's just Batman, but he's got like a breathing apparatus and stuff. But they made a bunch of these figures from the Batman 66 series. So and it comes with like a bat bazooka or something.
Yeah.
So there's a good close-up of the breathing apparatus with the oxygen mask. So just cool. I'd love to get the playset of that whole thing.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be extremely neat. All right, so let's see what we got here. All right. So we're going back into the 20 centers, back into the Bronze Age, early defenders. Here we start off with number 11.
Oh, yeah.
I really enjoyed these when these ones first came out. For the first, 50 issues or so. So, whoops. All right, there we go. And then number 12, Zemnu the Titan returns to play Hulk once again.
I always like that cover.
Great stuff. I love this one here, and this is with a nod to Dr. Von Schiller, because I'm sure he'll recognize the artist right away, as will most of us.
Oh yeah, it's the Squadron Sinister. Yeah.
Yep, Mr. Gil Kane, Squadron Sinister. Great stuff right there. Love that. And number 14. Right?
Yeah.
Is that 14? Yeah, that's 14 with Nebulon. Love that cover too. And we got number 15 with Magneto. And the Brotherhood of Not So Good Mutants. Don't want to be too judgmental.
Of course not.
And we got number 16 with a little corner missing up there. It's well loved.
There you go. More art from the great one.
I mean, these all here, these are mine that I bought right off the rack, all the Defenders. So I mean, this been with me since it was on the rack, man. It just, when you stop and think about it, I really, no pun intended, marvel at that, Great stuff. Number 17.
Oh yeah, that's one of the first ones I ever had. Yeah.
With Power Man.
Sweet Christmas, that's a great cover.
Oh, and we're breening myself already.
First
breen of the day. It's the first breen of Christmas.
On the first breen of Christmas.
There we go with number 18. Another one of my favorite villain groups, the Wrecking Crew.
Maybe Gil Kane does live.
I think he does right there.
I'm sure Dr. Von Chill will tell us.
Yeah, he's live and in living color, baby. And I always loved this cover too. It's number 19.
Oh yeah.
Just like, oh man, this just, I mean, it would just scream to me, I want to know what the devil they could have done to wipe out the Hulk and the rest of the Defenders. It's like, come on, I want to know. There's nobody can beat them. Then we got number 20 with the Thing guest starring.
There we go.
Do, do, do.
That's something before I got into Marvel, really, that's something I was wondering. I said, why doesn't DC have each other's characters crossing over more? I was like, that's one thing that Marvel did, I think, a little bit better than.
Oh, this one right here is number 21.
Oh yeah, that's an Adams cover, right?
Is that an Adams cover? It looks like, if it was Adams, it looked like he might have been inked by, what's his name, Klaus Janson, who's always heavy on the black outline. I'm not sure. It does. I'm looking at Valkyrie here, and she does look like an Adam figure. So yeah, that could very well be. I do not know for sure.
Yeah, I could be wrong. I mean, I was wrong.
I think you're probably right.
I was wrong once before, one time back in '87.
You thought you were wrong, but you were mistaken?
Right.
Number 22 with the Sons of the Serpent.
Or Gil Kane, yeah.
In his electronic yarmulke. That's what I always pictured that, I always thought of that when I see that. I don't know why. I just did. 23. There we go.
There was no lack of action, right?
No, that's why I say those early issues, they were fantastic. I really, really enjoyed them. So, all right, man, we'll finish off this run with just a short little DC group of Secret Six.
Oh yeah.
There we go with number 1, and I'm bringing myself again.
I love that series.
Yeah, it was pretty good for, I don't understand why it didn't catch on, but maybe it was because it was right in the middle of the superhero, phenomenon or whatnot. Here's number 2.
Yeah, I think all that stuff came out around the time Mission Impossible and The Saint and The Prisoner and Man from Uncle. So I think they were trying to cash in on that.
Yeah. It's too bad because the stories are entertaining. Here's number 3.
Yeah.
To Kill a Mockingbird. Number 4. Whoops, come on, baby. Come on. There we go.
Man, I love all of DC's covers around that time. It was like late 60s, mid late 60s when those came out.
Yep. Whenever they would, change it up so that the logo wasn't just always standard right there.
Right.
Like this one here kind of moved to the side so they could fit the art. I'm with you. I love that stuff. And then this one here, this is great. Number 5, love this cover.
Oh, yeah.
Got it tilted to the side. The only thing it's missing is some go-go checks.
They had run their course by that time, hadn't they?
Yeah. Yep. Sadly. And here's number 6.
Yeah, when I was reading that, I looked at art. I mean, it really just reminded me like of a late 60s TV spy show.
Mm. Like you said, it makes sense because they were popular at that time. So here's number 7, the final issue.
Yeah. Yeah, I was lucky enough to complete mine a couple of years ago, so I'm really glad to have those. I think I did a video on them a while back too. So, yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. And then, excuse me. Then I have this one along with it. I don't know if it's a one-shot or not, but I didn't bother to collect the rest of them. But it's Tangent Comics, Secret 6, when they did that little tangent thing.
Oh, yeah.
It was a different Secret 6. But
yeah, I kind of like those. Of course, now they made it part of the multiverse.
Yep. So, well, all right, there we go. So let's get us back together here, and we'll go looking for. There he is, Jackson Roycock. Thank you once again, sir. And we start off with Rob Brown laughing out loud about Adamant. Nice dog. Yeah, well, I've got, I don't know if you can see it, but I got Secret Squirrel hanging up behind me here. And so, gotta love those Hanna-Barbera characters. Do you want me to just continue?
Yeah, you might want to go ahead, man. I'm starting to lose it here.
Okay, I saw you taking a drink, and I said, I bet you. Okay, Lady M says, Adamant, I love that show. Yeah, man. Up and Adamant. Michael Taylor says, Jackson always comes through with that starting line. Oh, and he saves me every time. I appreciate it more than he knows. Rob Brown says, I enjoyed the Batman 66 comic from DC. Still trying to complete it. Yeah, I've only got a couple of those myself, Rob, and I'd like to try and finish that because it was an interesting series, especially the one. Didn't they did the one with the Green Hornet too, right? Didn't they do the one where they met the Green Hornet? That's the one I really want to get because that was such a big thing in my head when I saw that as a kid.
Didn't they do a couple of others like where they team them up with like the Man from Uncle and I know maybe they team him up with the Wonder Woman from the TV show.
I know they did the Wonder Woman one. I wasn't aware of the Men from Uncle one though. That's cool.
I might be wrong, but I kept thinking it was something like that. I might be wrong.
Oh no, that'd be cool. So definitely got to check those out. Dr. Vachilla says we have Christmas lights strung around our living room year round. Yeah. Fabulous mood lighting. Absolutely. Put on a Sam Cooke album and let nature take its course. Well, there you go. There you go. In our case, usually around July, sometime in July, mid-July or so, we're actually playing Christmas music for a little bit, just to get that feeling back. We'll put on the lights, and there we go. Michael Taylor says they did a good job on those 66 Batman figures. Yes, they did. They really did. I mean, you look at them, and the detail is pretty doggone good. You know, just great stuff. A lot of fun. And Lady M says Batman with the oxygen mask looks to be from the show when he fought John Aston. Excuse me. John Aston's Riddler underwater. John Aston's Riddler. That's right. I was just like, a lot of times you forget that he played that role. You know, I was a Frank Gorshin Riddler guy. I just loved Frank Gorshin's Riddler. But very cool. Thank you for that, Maranya. Great one, baby. Dr. Monchilla says, Gil Kane lives.
There it is.
There we go. It's official now. Rob Brown says, those early Defenders covers, so hard to beat. Yeah, they had some great action. The Jackson Roykirk says, so that's my problem. I need to string up some Christmas lights for when the next lady friend comes by. Hey, you never know. You never know. You know? Rob Brown, he's getting a chuckle out of that. And Lady M says, McFarlane action figures are the platinum standard. They are well worth the price. I'd love an Iron Man action figure from him if he made one someday. Yeah, I've got a couple of DC's McFarlane stuff. Blue Beetle. What's the other one? I can't see the other one. But there's an Iron Man one out, and I don't know who made it, but there's an Iron Man one out that is the original Iron Man costume, the silver looking one. And I want to get that, but boy, every time I see it, it's wicked expensive, and I just can't pull the trigger on it right now. Maybe after Christmas, or maybe for Christmas. Hint, hint, family, hint, hint. But I really liked that look because it was really detailed and everything. Very cool. Mark Siniard says, nice Defenders books, Rod. Thank you very much, Mark. Appreciate that, sir. Dr. Vonchilla says, do it, Jackson. Works every time. There you go. Just what the doctor ordered. Rob Brown says, and then train as a hypnotist, Jackson. Eli Katz lives. Oh, love it. I love it. The Jackson Roykirk says, duh, Rob, come on. Eric Breen gives me enough grief. Easy Comic Reader says, don't forget the High Karate Cologne, Jackson. Oh my gosh, I remember High Karate Cologne. Oh man, that takes you right back. High Karate. Yeah. Michael Taylor says, on the first day of Christmas, Eric gave to me the same comics I have. Let the breeding begin. Lady M says, we read issues 18 and 19 of the Defenders on the Geeky Puppet Show. Oh, cool. I'm sad I missed that because I would have loved them in on that. That's great. I love the Defenders. And if you get a chance, check out the Geeky Puppet Show Fridays, Sunday nights, 8 o'clock or 8:15. And then they do a second reading at about 9:30 as soon as the other one's done. So definitely check them out. Hey, why not ask to be part of it? You can get in on it and be a reader. Pick a voice. Lots of fun. So definitely check out the Geeky Puppet Show, folks. Rob Brown says, as far as DC heroes crossing over, Shannon, I think DC Presents was DC's attempt at Marvel's team up. It could have been. They had Brave and the Bold already, but I think they wanted to do. I think well, it seems like there was I was going to say, I would have thought because of those Superman team ups in around the 200 number issues in World's Finest, where he teamed up with Hawkman,
Right.
Martian Manhunter, and stuff. I would have thought that might have played into it, but the gap was too far. They must have just said, "Hey, why don't we try this again?"
Hey, as long as we got to see it, right?
Oh yeah, and they did some really good stuff. I like you. I know you're the same mind. I wanted to see Superman, but I didn't want to see Superman teaming up with Batman or Wonder Woman. I wanted to see Superman teaming up with Metal Men, Metamorpho, the Atom, Spectre, Dr. Fate. Those characters which didn't get a lot of spotlight.
Yeah, and eventually he did get with all those guys in DC Presents, so that's cool.
Yep, exactly. I mean, he started off with the Flash as my guy. Yeah. That's my guy, my DC guy.
I think the Spectre crossover was by Jim Starlin.
Yes, it was.
Starlin had a good little run in there. That's when and DC Presents was like the first had the first appearance of Mongol in it. So there's a key issue for somebody if you're interested.
There you go. Open that wallet. The Jackson Roy Creek says, I was wrong once. Then I found out I was wrong about that. Absolutely. Dr. Von Chilla says, Defenders 21 is a Gil Kane Klaus Janson cover. Strike one, Shannon. Uh-oh.
Hey, I've been feeling like crap this week. You have to cut me some slack, John.
There we go. Rob Brown says, maybe Marvel Team Up was inspired by The Brave and the Bold. I don't know. Could be. I mean, team up your most popular character with other characters to try and give what they call in wrestling business, the rub off of them to maybe get some fans. Hey, I want to see more of that character. Where can I find that character? So you could absolutely be onto something.
Right. Hey, we put you guys over, as they say in the wrestling biz.
There you go. I love it. Lady M says, be nice to Shannon, John. He's on the binacle list, a.k.a. not feeling well.
Thank you, kind lady.
Absolutely. Dr. Von Chilla says, when it comes to Gil Kane, there are no excuses.
Moving on.
Michael Taylor says, Doc, fantastic action-packed Defenders in Secret Six. #1 has a gangster feel to it. Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But it was definitely, I mean, and you can get those relatively cheap. I don't even think even the #1s would set you back too much. So it's a real easy completionist thing you can do.
Yeah.
And the stories were entertaining.
Yeah, it's not hard on the wallet at all. So that's why I like a lot of those late 60s, early 70s DC runs and some of the Marvel runs too. They're just because they're not real expensive, you can get the whole thing.
Absolutely. Lady M says, yes, they did Man from U.N.C.L.E. along with a few other shows of that era. And yes, Wonder Woman from TV. Excuse me. So, yeah, absolutely. I want to pick up a few more of those because I really, especially that Green Hornet one. I want that one bad. Rob Brown says, I have the issue where Batman teams up with the Man from U.N.C.L.E. Very cool. I didn't even know about that one. So I got to find that one. Dr. Von Chilla says, goodness, Rodney, nothing says time for romantic intimacy like Christmas carols. What the? Well, John, we've been married for 35, 36 years, 37 years. I don't know, getting up there. So, that kind of stuff we're not too worried about. We got that the romantic part down pat. So we don't
cover, don't you?
That's it. We don't have to.
Now, when you go back upstairs, if Tam sees this show, she's going to smack your little elf cap out because you couldn't remember if it was 35 or 36 years.
You know it. I'm going to go up and I'm going to be covering up. Absolutely. Moranya says Hasbro Legends has put out some great Iron Man action figures. The one I really want is from Hot Toys. That's the one that's like 12 inches tall and incredibly detailed. Yeah. Costs lottery money though. Yeah. Exactly. Because who was it that was it Charlton 66? I think he showed the Super Adaptoid one, and it was, I don't know, it was a foot. It was 12 inches anyway, and that was a cool looking figure. And then I just couldn't pull the trigger. Pull the trigger on it. Just too much money right now. So like excuse me, like you say, it's lottery money. Absolutely, Maranya. I agree. Rob Brown says he's laughing at Jackson. Rob Brown says Eric Breen sends everybody comics they already have, rolling on the floor laughing. Oh no. The ultimate in Breening, is that what it's saying? Paulo Costa says Geeky Pup Show live from New York City. New York City. Those who watch the show get the show. Maranya says, we're still trying to recruit Shannon for the show one day.
Yeah, I do want to get on there sometimes if I can ever get past the crud and everything that's going on with work. And yeah, but I do want to do that. Thank you, Lady M. I appreciate that.
And Maranya says New York City in reply to the mention. See, whenever New York City or any city usually, but New York City in particular, gets mentioned at the Geeky Puppet Show readings, everybody has to chime in and repeat New York City. So there's a little inside behind the curtains peek right there to the Geeky Puppet Show. Michael Taylor says, Doc, me too. I prefer Gorshin's Riddler, and Austin was too relaxed as the Riddler, not the way Riddlers are supposed to be. No, Gorshin was, he was so he was very animated. And Austin wasn't. You're right. He was much more laid back. Did you have a preference on which one?
Oh yeah, definitely Gorshin. And I've got an old VHS tape, and this documentary might be on Tubi or something like that, but it was called Comic Book Confidential.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, it was like a documentary about comic shops and comic fandom, like in the late '80s. And Gorshin, he was the host on that, and he was doing like the Riddler voice, in a lot of stuff. So it was really cool.
That's it. I got it right here. Haven't even opened it yet. So, but all right. Where are we? Okay, Dr. Vanchilla says Superman would need to team up with supernatural heroes because otherwise he could do just about everything himself. I mean,
maybe he just needed the company,
He just wanted some company. Right. That's it. I love it. Just wanted some company. Dr. Vanchilla says, Angels have we heard on high. After 33 years, really gets my romantic juices flowing. Oh, man. I fear I'm being mocked. And deservedly. Oh, all right. Triple P is with us. Plants. I always say planters. Plants printed periodicals. He says, greetings and salutations all.
Happy holidays, Triple P.
Great to have you with us once again. Thanks for spending part of your Saturday with us. Appreciate it, sir. Mike Taylor says hello to Triple P. Maranya says, hey there, Triple P. And Triple P says, greetings, Maranya and Michael. And he says, he just respells Maranya. And Charles Mardanes, Marvel, the house of somebody else's ideas. Maranya says, one of the weirdest team-ups was Superman with Orion, Lord of Atlantis. Weird because Orion was a huge magic user, and Superman has magic weakness. Yeah, and they made it work.
I remember that.
Yeah. Very cool. It was great when you got to see him team up with characters that, like I said, didn't get a big spotlight. I that's what I looked for. I wanted those secondary, third tier heroes. So, all right, that catches us up with the wonderful peanut gallery. So, are you ready to show some more comics, Shannon.
We'll see what happens. I don't know if I can get through this or not, but God darn, Roy. I don't know, but we'll try. You know.
He's channeling his best Gabby Hayes right there.
All
right, here you go, brother.
We were talking about Gil Kane, so kind of fortuitous, I guess. I found my Green Lantern box. So let's look at some Green Lantern.
All right.
Oh, here we got number 29 with the Black Hand. Is this the first appearance, Rod? I can't remember.
Of the Black Hand?
Yeah.
What number is that?
29.
It might be. I want to say there was one earlier, but I'm not sure.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I always liked that villain, though. Here's one of my favorite covers. Forget where I saw it first, but I had to have it. Number 32.
Oh, yes. Yep. Great cover.
And a whole lot of breeding going on.
Love it.
And here's a great Gil Kane cover. Him and Dr. Light, number 33.
Oh, yes. That's a great one. There really were a lot of cool Green Lantern covers.
Oh, yeah. I remember first time I read this story, I think it was in a DC special where they featured Hal Jordan. This is number 34.
Nice.
And this has to be like one of my favorite comics, especially one of my favorite Green Lantern comics, is number 40.
Yep, without a doubt.
Man, that just screams, buy me, read me, look at me, put me on your display shelf. You know,
yep.
You got Earth 1, Earth 2 going on there. You got the Guardians, you got Alan and Hal, and you got the origin of the Crisis in this.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's awesome. That's a great book.
Right. And here's another one I know you have. And I first read this one in a reprint, I think like in a Flash 100-pager. This is Green Lantern 43.
Yes, sir.
Major Disaster, another villain I really liked. They made him kind of goofy later on in Justice League International.
Yeah.
I still kind of liked him. And here we have another Hal and Alan extravaganza. This is number 40. What is this? 45? With the go-go checks. And I get, what is that? The Weaponaires of Quard?
Quardian. Yeah.
The Quardians, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
And
awesome.
This is one of my favorite covers, number 61. Another Al and Alan team up. Look at that. That's a poster right there. That should be a poster. Yeah, that is such an awesome cover. You've given me an idea. And here's one of Neil Adams' first covers on Green Lantern, number 63.
That cursed yellow color.
And this one's pretty beat up. I always like the cover. Another Gil Kane extravaganza. Number 70. I only wanted to make him laugh, not die. He looks like a love child between Adam Strange and the Elongated Man.
Yeah, I can see that.
Do you see that?
Yes, I do. I do see that.
And I thought those guys were just friends.
Wow.
Green Lantern number 73. I think this is the return. The many returns of Star Sapphire.
Yeah. Love that. Love that.
Okay. You know, I was thinking about this, and I can't remember ever showing the Neil Adams run. I might have done it years ago and forgot, but I don't think so because it took me a while to complete this one, so I don't think I ever showed them. So this might be an exclusive. So we got, this is the new Green Lantern. Stop.
That one has escaped me so far. I had one, and it got thrown out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
When
was that part of the infamous mom threw my collection away?
Yeah. Twice. Remember, they did it twice.
Oh,
I got it
twice.
twice.
Oh man.
And the second time, that was part of my second one, and that one went along with a couple other Neil Adams GLs.
That makes me hurt, and I'm already hurting. So
Yeah, yeah, that's painful to see.
yeah, it's not a mint copy or anything, but it's pretty decent shape.
Yeah, it's just awesome.
Number 77.
Yeah, that run was awesome.
And this is probably my favorite. Don't ask me why, but I saw this in a house ad. I think this probably has a lot to do with it. But I said, man, I got to get this. And this was one of the last ones that I got, actually. But I just love this cover. I was like, because it was like, oh, no, it's like one of those shock things. I thought you guys were all friends. It says number 78.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like, is he beating up Daniel Boone or what's going on there? So, and the Black Canary must be related. I don't know.
Pretty vicious back fist, though.
But I love this cover, man. Just the colors and, just like, oh, no, what's going on here? So this is one of those, what I call books that I coveted through the house ads until I finally got it.
Cool.
And number 79, this has got some kind of store stamp on it or bookstore stamp. I don't know.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
The Green Arrow's playing Tonto for Halloween. And Guilty. Conspiracy trio sentenced to die. Green Lantern number 80.
I mean, that's just a unique cover.
Yeah, it is.
That's just a cool, unique cover. I love that.
And there's a better copy.
Oh, nice.
I always like this cover, number 81. Of course, everybody knows about, this run of O'Neill and Adams, and they try to tackle some, I guess, relevant subjects, like the population explosion and racism and just all kinds of stuff,
Yeah. It's such a great run.
Another breeding. And number 82, The Harpies Are Coming.
Yeah.
First it was the Beatles, now it's the Harpies. I always thought this was kind of a strange cover. Number 83.
Wasn't that supposed to be like Spiros Agnew or something?
Yeah, Spiro Agnew. Yeah, to me, it's like, hey, it's that guy that's the bartender at Joe's Bar.
I remember picking that up while we were camping up at a place called Papoose Pond, which is further up in Maine, a couple hours away. Papoose Pond. I see that. It takes me right back.
Yeah. Another breeding. Oh, no.
That's a good series to bring yourself on. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I'm not complaining. But that's what happens when you don't have your stuff organized. Here is number 84. This is a little bit rougher shape, but I was just trying to get the run. I wasn't really worried about the condition. It's kind of well loved at the top there. And this is one of my favorites, number 85.
Yep, that one's still eluding me too. That one, I've got the second half, and I have the second half signed by Neil himself.
Yeah, but, this is
that's signed, right?
Yeah, Neil Adams.
Yeah, I was gonna say
he signed this one, and this is a what is this from? Okay, this is a Lone Star Comics, mycomicshop.com, a certificate of authenticity that was signed by Neil Adams.
Yeah, cool.
I forgot about that, actually. So really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Anytime you can get something signed by, well, you can't now, but.
And this is a cool one. I got him to, because I think Hippie, for Hippie's Collectibles, I had never got to meet Adams yet, and I didn't have any signatures, but he was going to a convention in Phoenix. And so I got to thank him for this again, but he was looking to complete his Commandy run. And he's like, "How much do you want for those?" And I said, "Well, I got all kinds of commandees, And he said, "Well, what do you want in return?" And he told me he was going to the con and Neil Adams there. So, well, man, if I send you some books, could you get them signed for me? So he was kind enough to do that. And I think even on his channel, he said, "Hey, this is Hippie's Collectibles," and he got Neil Adams to say something. I think he gave me a shot while he was talking about me, but it was kind of cool. So yeah, let's get these signed for my buddy Shannon, or he's going to cry. Hey, there we go for Shannon, Neil Adams.
Yep.
That's
cool.
Awesome.
That's funny because on mine, when I had him sign it, I think I've told the story before. I'll say it real quick. He signed it, and then he goes, "Would you like me to personalize it?" And I'm like, "Well, what do you mean? How much more personalized? I got your signature on." He goes, "Well, I can put 2 rod." And then it clicked in my head because I know he was not a fan of people just getting his signature and reselling them on eBay and stuff like that. But he knows if you put your name on there, chances are and so as soon as I did that, man, he was already really nice, but it was just like he was twice as nice.
Oh yeah, that's one of the reasons I love this is just because it's to me, so I'm not gonna
exactly
gonna get rid of it.
Exactly.
And I think this one was like the last one I picked up maybe 2 or 3 years ago, just because it's always expensive. I found a good deal on it, but I still had to save for it a while. Let's put it that way. Number 87, first John Stewart.
Yep.
It's a classic book.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, so glad to have
it. Very cool.
And here we have number 88, which I think this was reprints, but it was still an Adams cover.
I love it.
Yeah. And number 89, the last issue of O'Neill and Adams. I think we know what they're trying to say there. So, and just a couple, 3 more. This is, after this, they canceled it for a few years. So I think maybe 5 years later they restarted it, and it was Denny O'Neill and Mike Grell, which I was a big Mike Grell fan. So to me, I was tickled to death with it. So here we have number 90. So anybody that's a fan of this part of it, it's really easy on the wallet.
Yep.
Got some great story and art. Love Mike Grell. And number 91. This isn't. I don't think this is not Grell on the cover, but it's a great cover anyway. Got Sinestro.
Yep.
Looks like maybe Al Milgram or Rich Buckler and Milgram. Not really sure about that one. Mm-hmm. And last one, this was pretty cool. Number 92. You got a knight on his steed. You got Green Arrow, Green Lantern, and Sinestro, and we got the frightened maiden.
A damsel in distress.
Yeah. So good little run of books.
Oh, absolutely, great run. All right, let's get back together. And here we go. We got quite enough Sayer. He's putting up the starting line, and Jackson says, thank you because just in case he needs a backup one day. So thank you both for keeping me in line. All right, you ready for some comments?
Yeah, we can do that.
All righty.
Hey, Werewolf by Lunchtime, welcome.
Great to have you with us, sir. Thanks for spending your Saturday with us.
Yeah, what's up, sexy people? Is he watching the right show? Okay, Gray Man chiming in. Yes, it is the first black can. Yeah, I thought it was. So, hey, had a key and didn't even know it.
There we go.
Dr. Vonchilla, a steady flow of Gil Kane coming. Now we're getting somewhere. Michael Taylor says, yes, Miranda magic was Superman's other kryptonite. Yep. QNS, I waited for you, Jackson. I got respect. How? Werewolf by Lunchtime. Miranda. And Triple P said, GL29 is indeed the first appearance of Black Hand. I see. I knew somebody would know. That's what's cool about
Oh,
this.
yeah.
Okay, I'm glad I don't have to look it up now. We
Great.
appreciate that. And Gray Man says, I need more number 70 GL issues. Yeah, there's some really good stuff in there. World of Lunchtime. Grr, nice to greet you, Maranya. Rob Brown, sweet Green Lantern, Shannon, another rabbit hole for me. Yeah, I was glad to come out of that one. That was really hurting my wallet.
Well, that Neil Adams run will do that to you. And then all the early ones will.
And Dr. VC says, Green Lantern 40, gasp. One of those books I need but have never had. There you go. There's another rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's a classic. That 40, that's an awesome book, man.
Yeah,
I know
that's one of my favorite Silver Age books right there.
I was gonna say, I know it's a key and everything, but the story itself is just that's what does it for you and for me, because we both like the Alan Scott character and whatnot. So it's just that's a must-have book.
Yeah. Rob Brown, damn caps. First, I thought that said cops. I'm like, uh-oh, are they busting in on him?
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we have the guy that rubbed the comic store. He's here in Georgia.
Oh, whoops! Oh no. Bad boys.
Right.
What are you gonna do?
And Gray Man says Major Disaster is leader of the Justice League Antarctica. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Him and was the Clue Master in that, and Big Sur, and a bunch of those guys. And
yeah,
was it Nort, that little doggy Green Lantern part of that too? Yeah.
Nort.
Funny stuff, Nort. Yeah. Ronnie says, watch out, Shannon. Rod may visit to read those go-go checks Green Lanterns. He probably doesn't need to. I'm sure he's got all of those.
I got him right back there, brother.
Gray Man said, Thunder's Weaponaires of Quard. Yeah. And Easy's comic says, Wolfie giving him the fist bump. Wolf by lunchtime. Great, not great. Oh, well. And Dr. VC says Green Lantern 70, a killer cover. Oh, yeah. I was like it.
Absolutely.
Rob Brown, love child of elongated man, rolling floor laughing.
I know that's perfect.
It is what it is. You look at that and say, okay. And Werewolf says, easy, saying hello. Dr. Voncello, I'm starting to swoon over all this Gil Kane magnificence. Yeah, he'll be on the floor in a minute. Rob Brown, why do I love this show? I see so many comics I want. And Rob Brown, my poor wallet, LOL. Yeah.
We hear you.
Michael Taylor, Doc, ouch. And the Granny Man says, I would have signed myself in the abused kids' home after that. Oh, wow. Yeah, I need a drink after that.
Alrighty.
Okay. QNS says, Big Boy Green Lanterns only from Shannon. Granny Man, it's a hippie cult leader I seem to recall. Okay. And Werewolf says, unfortunately, I will be selling a lot of my collection because we are a few $1,000s short deposit on a house. Oh, that's painful.
Ouch.
I've been there. You got to do what you got to do.
That's it. Hopefully you don't have to sell too much of it. Well,
and Curious Joe Studios. Hey, welcome, sir. Glad to have you.
Yes, thanks for joining us, sir.
Yeah, that's a new name, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Welcome. Glad you showed up and spent some of your Saturday with us. Great Green Lanterns. Back in the day, I only picked up the title for Neil Adams' art, but seeing the other covers, I must investigate. Only reason. And the good doctor says, my first copy of Green Lantern 78 was a coverless copy in a 3-pack. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Still got to read it.
Exactly.
And Dr. Reese sees Spiro Agnew covers. Super weird stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
About like the Don Rickles, Jimmy Olsen's. Yeah.
Yes.
And Michael Taylor says that character looks a little like Vincent Price on that cover.
I can see that, yeah.
And QNS says, you know what's best, Werewolf? and get to do it all over again. Yep. And Triple P says, nice geo book, Shannon. Some big time collectibles in there. Yep. I just wanted to read them. You know, I love the art. You know, who doesn't love Neil Adams? And, you know, you get some great stories in there. And, you know, I heard everybody talk about it because I missed it the first time around. But great stuff. And Rob Brown says, when I was young, my father owned a huge station wagon. After picking up my comics from the store, I remember sitting in the back, muffing the new comic smell. I'm going to assume he means sniffing. Those are great memories, Rob. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, huffing. Okay, huffing, sniffing, same thing. Yeah. Depends on where you're from.
There you go.
And Rob says certain books trigger that memory for me. Oh yeah, I agree. And Triple P says my oldest GL's 89, the crucified cover. Yeah, great stuff. And Maranya says summer childhood memories for me was getting an inch thick stack of comics for $2 or $3, reading them while eating frozen Milky Ways or salami or pepperoni. That is a good memory.
Absolutely. Oh wow.
And Michael says very cool. Adam's personalized SIG. Yeah, I thought it was. That's why it'll not leave the collection.
Yep.
And Curious Joe says coverless 3-packs. The title section removed, partial covers sometimes mixed in the pack. Great memories. Oh yeah, remember those?
Yes, sir.
And Dr. V says frozen Milky Way. Gray Man says too many hard to reach books in that GL run. Yeah, they're just getting, a lot of stuff is getting kind of stupid now.
Yeah. Yep. Now I look for the facsimiles.
Yeah, it saves me. I mean, I missed out on a lot of the Marvel Bronze Age keys. So that's what I'm doing with that one.
Yeah.
And Gray Man says, I have the GL run from the restart to the end. Very cool.
Nice. Very good.
Yeah. That's good stuff in there. And Michael says, Shannon, fantastic silver lanterns and lantern and arrows. Thank you, sir. Can't read today either. Rob Brown, LOL, cops. Michael Taylor, hello, Werewolf. Sorry to hear that, but unfortunately, real life comes before comics. Yes, it does. But we do prevail in the end. We carry on.
There we go.
And Werewolf says, hey to Michael. And Werewolf says, yes, Michael, I will miss them, but it's time for new parents. SOB. Sob. Grayman says, oh no, Werewolf, by lunchtime, couldn't you do some favors for sailors down the docks instead? Oh no. Anything is better than selling your comics unless you sell them to me at a ridiculously cheap price. Okay, moving on. Rob, very cool.
Oh man, oh man, oh man.
And the Jack Schnorrikirk says maybe the cops do need to pay Rob a visit for muffing his comics. Talk about going down a weird rabbit hole.
Oh boy. Hey,
Robert Harrison in 2.0 is here. Hey Bob, how you doing?
Hey, great to have you with us, Rob. Another neighbor to the north.
Yeah. And Robert says, I should have sold my first wife in 1985 instead of my comics. Yeah.
Oh, well, we all got stories, right?
Yeah, I escaped with mine from my ex, so, most of them anyway. Werewolf Ballacham says, just check the bedroom. Rico, my cat, is asleep on Mrs. Werewolf's head. LOL. Werewolf by lunchtime. I'm too expensive for you, Gray Man.
Oh, no.
And our friend Rob says, I've owned 3 different copies of the first appearance of Moon Knight and Werewolf by Night. Who would have guessed it would reach the high price it is today? Rolling on the floor laughing, muffing his comics, rolling on the floor. And Michael Taylor says, one of my fond memories of comics is a friend of mine getting a Slurpee before we went to a comic store in Long Island. Yeah. Good stuff.
Cool. And I think that catches us up with the Peanut Gallery once again.
All right.
Cool beans.
Show us some comics.
All right. I got a few more here I can show. We'll see. We'll pull them up here. And all righty. Let's see. Let's see. Gotta make room. Well, I'm going to show some Justice Leagues, but not early Justice Leagues. These are going to be, well, these are all in different stacks here. There we go. Just some other ones from later on, probably in the 90s, I think. I'm just looking to see. Well, this was 2002. So we'll start off with this one here. This is a one of 4, but looks like I only have 2 issues of it. So now I got to hunt those down. And it is JLA Destiny.
Oh yeah, I remember that when I liked it. Was that the Tom Mandrake did the art on that?
Yep, Tom Mandrake, Carla Feeney, and John Arcudi. I'm not sure how you pronounce that.
I got to meet Mandrake at a Comic-Con several years ago, and he signed a couple books for me for free, and really cool guy. Yeah.
And some of the artwork inside kind of looks like the Spectre there, but it's not. But
didn't he do like a Shazam series in the late 80s too?
Mandrake?
No, yeah, Tom Mandrake, yeah.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
And just some other just cool stuff.
Yeah, I liked his art, and I liked the run he had on the Spectre.
This right here, when I first saw, to me, that's something. It reminds me of some kind of like an anime or a Japanese animation cartoon. What was it? It was like Captain Harlock or something like that. For some reason, that comes to mind when I see that, or maybe even Speed Racer.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, first time I saw it, I thought it looked like Judge Dredd.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I could see that too. Yes. So, all right. I got to turn that over. And, okay. That's not going to work. Okay. We'll do that. And this is issue number 3. So evidently I need 2 and 4. Otherwise, they're probably mixed up in one of those boxes back there.
Heaven forbid.
But, and then we got an old classic.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that was another one of those house ads covet books that I eventually got. Part of the original 100-page spectacular run.
This one right here, this is my off the rack. And I can tell because it is well loved. All ripped and faded and worn out. Just great stuff. Those, you know as well as I do, those 100 pages, baby. You got your money's worth.
I could do 6 months worth of episodes just talking about that.
And then this right here, if I am not mistaken, this was gifted to me from one of our fellow Peanut Gallery members, Dr. Von Chilla.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's an awesome cover, as he might say, a blazer.
Was that Bruce Timm and Alex Ross on that?
It's Bruce Timm.
Okay, might just be Bruce Timm.
Yeah. I don't see anything that indicates.
I might be thinking of something else, but I knew Bruce Timm was on it.
Oh no! If you look below it, boy, it's very faded. But yes, Alex Ross.
Okay, yeah.
Show it right below it. Boy, it's hard to see with my old eyes, but you are correct, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
You are correct. So great cover. And thank you once again, John. Appreciate that very much, my friend. And what is it? Oh, here's something you probably don't see too often. And these are from ICG, the official Justice League of America indexes.
Got them all.
Yeah.
Love it.
There's
a lot of great covers by Perez on there and some other people.
There's 2.
Yeah, I think it just covered like the first 100 issues or so. Is that right?
Could be. I'm looking to see it. Yeah, they must have gone into the hundreds because this next one, number 4, here is number 3, Solomon Grundy.
I think it's a Stan Walk cover, isn't it?
Yes, Stan or Stuart, and WAB, whoever WAB is.
Right.
But and here is number 4, and that's, if I'm not mistaken, that's Libra, right? So that was what, 110, issue 110, I think.
111.
111. That was close.
You was close. You knew.
That was close.
The Injustice League, yeah.
Oh, I forgot about this. It's like Christmas here. Remember those publications that used to come out that were ancillary things to comics, like Amazing Heroes and stuff like that? Well, here's Comics Interview. Here's the 50th issue, and it's a Perez special.
Oh, that's cool.
And then on the other side of that is Comics Interview number 6, talking about the at the time pending JLA Avengers team up,
and later soon after aborted project. Yeah, I've got that one too. That's a great cover.
Yeah, this was awesome. I forgot I had this. That's great, because I believe in this they actually show some of the artwork that Perez had done up to that point.
Yeah, that was one of the things when I heard about that got me excited more than anything.
Yeah,
that was going to happen, and then to find out that it didn't because of a few people. Yeah, it was really kicking the head. Of course, we got JLA Avengers later on, but I still would have loved to have seen that story.
Oh, all right. Now we got just hodgepodge of stuff here. Here is Justice League versus the Titans, number 2. I'm trying to see who did the cover on this one. Jimenez, it looks like. Part 2 of 3.
Yeah. Phil Jimenez did a good job on that.
I actually got to meet Phil Jimenez. He came to one of the conventions locally here, and I got him to sign Infinite Crisis, a couple of Infinite Crisis.
Oh, that's great.
Covers. So here is JLA Paradise Lost, part 1 of 3.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah, that was who was that character? Zariel, is that his name?
Ariel? Azrael or Ariel? Azrael? No, Azrael was the
Batman. Yeah, I think that's Zariel.
Zariel, yes. Yeah. Yes, because I have an action figure of him. It's over there somewhere. I have an action.
I wasn't a fan of the blue Superman, but I really liked the artwork in it. Was that Doug Monkey?
Let's see. Let's go to the videotape. Let's see. They couldn't just put it on the splash page, right?
I might be thinking of something else. I don't know.
Who'd you say? Who are you saying?
I said, was it Doug Monkey or?
No,
Ariel Olivetti. Is that who that was?
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
And man, you are just a fountain of knowledge, man. How would you even remember that name?
Well, I get to where I like a certain artist, and the style just kind of sticks in my head because I knew it was either Doug Monkey or Olivetti. Their style isn't exactly the same, but it's kind of similar to me. I liked all the stuff Olivetti did for DC.
That's awesome. You never cease to amaze me, man, with your knowledge. Man, oh man, that's incredible. All right.
Justice League, so
Yeah, I hear you. Justice League, 80-page giant, number 1 from July of 98.
Oh, yeah. And Kevin McGuire on the cover. Yeah.
And here is number 2 on the backside, doing a little meta-rog.
Yeah, I loved all those.
I love that cover, though, because I love the way these guys are drawn.
Yeah, they just, back in the 70s, they just didn't like each other.
All right, now we're going to jump over to Marvel. We're going to start off with little Silver Age war comics. We got Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos, number 27.
Yeah.
Fury fights alone. Here's number 30. Hands up. And number 46. Oh, come on. There we go.
Oh, that's classic stuff. There's a little purple background again.
Yeah. And we go from purple to red backgrounds. Number 64.
Yeah, I have that one. I like that cover.
The Peacemonger, who was the unknown brother to the Hate Monger from Fantastic Four.
And the father to Peacemaker.
And number 76. Guest starring the Red Baron.
Of course.
Where's Snoopy?
That's what I was looking at. He's not there.
I love that. We just heard the what is it? The Royal Scotsman.
Oh yeah, I know the song you're talking. The Royal Guardsman. Yeah.
Yeah. There's like three. There's 3 songs.
Yeah.
With Snoopy and the Red Baron. There's 3 different songs because everybody knows 1 and 2, but there's a third one that they did that wasn't as good as the first 2, but we were just because I have all 3 of them on my Spotify, so we were just hearing them the other day. Here's Sergeant Fury number 100.
Oh, picture frame cover.
Yeah.
Do I need that one? I'm gonna look real quick.
Right in your wheelhouse, brother.
Yeah, I do need that one.
100. It is not in the collection. Okay. Put that there. Well.
You have bringed yourself again.
I might not be able to bring myself with this next time. How about that? Put it that way. And, of course, right after that, I had to get issue 101.
Oh, that's a good one. Man,
it's lovely faded cover.
Hey, I don't care. That's great. I mean, to me, it just screams comic books because you got the picture frame cover, you got all the little action scenes, you got the black background, you got the floating heads. What is not to love about that book?
Exactly. Great stuff right there. And we'll finish it off with the 25 center 129 of Sergeant Fury. Doesn't that look familiar?
That looks familiar. You have unintentionally breathed yourself.
Yes.
Marvel did. I think Marvel did.
Marvel breathed itself. There we go.
That's great stuff, man.
All right, where am I going? I got to look around my camera here to find my buttons that I'm supposed to hit. There we go. So we got to zip back up through here. And there's Jackson Roykirk right there. Thank you. All right. Let's see. Thank you very much, Jackson. Appreciate that once again, my friend. Werewolf by Lunchtime. If I make 5K without selling my ASM 300, Gray Man, I will sell it to you for £1, but it is unlikely. Oh, I hear you, man. That's hard. Had to sell off my early Fantastic Fours, early Spider-Mans, medical bills back a few years ago. So I feel your pain, man.
Oh yeah, I understand.
Gray Man, best of luck at Werewolf by Lunchtime. Come on, lips, let's work. You think you're the only one that can't read, huh? I can't read.
Oh man, that's good.
Triple P says, I love Tom Mandrake's art on Spectre. That whole 90s run with Ostrander writing and Mandrake's art was amazing, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
Yeah. great stuff. I mean, I just love the character too. So it was great stuff all the way around. The Jackson Roykirk says, here here comes Speed Racer. He's a demon on wheels. See?
Oh man, I remember watching that when I was a kid. We lived in Ohio. That was great.
I remember coming home from school and it was on in syndication. It was on channel 38 out of Boston. And it used to come home. It was such a different cartoon style than what I was used to. I was used to Hanna-Barbera and the local stuff like that. But, I didn't even notice, though. I didn't know back in the day, 1967, 68, somewhere in there, that I had watched a Japanese animation cartoon that I didn't even know was Japanese animation. And it was King Kong, the cartoon King Kong. You remember that?
I remember that. Yeah.
One of the greatest cartoon theme songs ever, But I didn't know that until it was like I was in, I don't know, like I want to say like 10, 20 years ago was first time I knew that was a Japanese animation cartoon. It was just like, wow, cool. Rob Brown says, I agree, Triple P. Werewolf by Lunchtime says, cheers, mate. Just selling 60s Spideys and FFs and not Thors. Love my Thor. I hear you. See, for me, it would be Hulks. I wouldn't give up my Hulks and probably my Justice Leagues if I could get away with it. Those two. Mike Taylor says, Werewolf, maybe they will run away from their new home back to you. Oh, wouldn't that be great, huh? They just show up one day in a box on your doorstep. Here you go. We're back. Rob Brown says, I could watch 6 months of videos about house ads, Shannon. We'll have to do another house show ad show.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like the 100 pagers. I could just go on and on about the house ad stuff.
Oh, yeah. That's great. Great memories with those. Lady M says, I'm on the hunt for Iron Man 300, both the metallic cover and the rarer non-metallic cover version. One day. I don't know. I don't know if I have 300. I don't know if I made it to 300 or not. I'll have to check. I'm curious now. Rob Brown says, oh, I love Comics Interview. Yes. I used to like all those magazines or whatever you want, periodicals that used to come out around talking about the comics. That was great stuff. Dr. Von Chilla says, got to go, folks. Just got a package of comics in the mailbox, and it's time to make my enchiladas for lunch. Hope to see you all next week. In the meantime, please love yourselves. Thank you, John. Take care. Have a great week.
Take care, buddy. Always great to get a package of comics in the mail. Enjoy your weekend.
Yes, sir. That's going to be a great weekend. Quite Enough Sayer says, did you guys hear that there's going to be a new Logan's Run movie?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's, I've been hearing about, they've been trying to make that movie for 15 or 20 years. So I think now they finally are going to pull the trigger on it. Big Logan's Run fan, man. I watched the movie, the TV series. I've got all on DVD. I got the comics. I've got the original novels, Logan's Run and Logan's World and, or the original novels. I mean, but yeah, I love Logan's Run. It's great.
Oh, cool. I hadn't heard anything about it. So cool beans. Paulo Costa says, I'm very interested in all those prozines that became fanzine magazines, but can't afford to go after them. Are they? I've never really looked to go after them. Are those expensive now? Do you know?
It just depends on what you're going after. Like special certain issues. And some of them are kind of hard to dig up now, hard to find.
Yeah. I mean, when I'm looking for those things, there might be like, I know there's one issue of Wizard that I'm trying to get. I had it and I gave it away. And it's the one where they do an article about Kingdom Come and they list all the Easter eggs in there. And man, I love those Easter egg type things. And I've got to get another one of those, but I have yet to come across that. So
yeah, I've got that Kingdom Come slipcase set edition signed by Wade and Ross, and it's got like the little companion with it, and it lists every one of the Easter eggs in it. So I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I went on to try and find if I could just get that companion book. The only two that I saw on there, they were very expensive. So Jackson Roykirk says, enjoy, Dr. V. Excuse me, I got to take a drink of water here. Because it gets dusty down here, especially if the wood stove's going. It gets a little dry. Maranya says, take care, John, and give Pauline love and treats for all of us. She says for me, but it's for all of us. Michael Taylor says, you too, Dr. Von Chilla. Quite Enough Sayer says, ciao, Dr. Von Chilla. Triple P says, JLA Paradise Lost might be the first Mark Miller book I've read. No. For a second there, I thought he was going to say, might be Mark Miller's first work. So I was going to say, wow, then you lucked out there. Bye, Doc, he says. Curious Joe Studios, he says, Comics Interview Magazine looks very cool. Thanks for adding that to my list, Doc. Well, that's why we're here. That's why we're here, so we can make everybody's wallet scream.
We're happy to help you spend money.
That's it. Triple P says, you mean Fury didn't lose his eye to a space kitty? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we won't go there.
Moving right along. Rob Brown says, I like the War Combat comics, but I don't have too many of them. You know, you can still get some of those. I was surprised. You can still get some of those early Furies, Sergeant Furies, at a pretty decent price.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, I accumulated a lot of war books when I first started collecting. My cousin gave me a bunch, and of course, then I got into Sergeant Rock and Enemy Ace and Unknown Soldier and all those classics. I'm just as proud of stuff like that, especially all those Kubert covers that I am. The rest of my stuff. I love it.
Oh, Kubert's war covers, they're incredible, man, incredible. You can't beat them. And it's funny though, because like I said, Sergeant Fury, you can still get at a decent price some of those early issues and stuff. But you go to 66, 67, 68 in DC War comics, and they're money. They're money. Great, the great stories, great artwork.
Especially those like, I guess, Star Spangled War comics when they had the dinosaur covers, the War That Time Forgot. Man, those things are getting outrageous.
Yep. Unbelievable. Quite Enough Sayer says some of the best writing was in war comics. Yeah.
You are exactly right, sir.
To me, when I think of great war writing comics, those you just mentioned the character. Now I can't think of his name.
Enemy Ace.
Enemy Ace. There you go. Yeah. Exactly.
When Robert Knier was writing a lot of that stuff, a lot of people call it Kanigher. I always called it Knier. It doesn't matter. However you pronounce it. But he wrote a lot of great war stuff. His
stuff on Enemy Ace, awesome stuff. I really, really love that character and the way they portrayed him and everything. Great stuff. The Jackson Roykirk says, curses foiled again. Rob Brown says, I don't doubt it. And Triple P says, I need the Sergeant Fury 101 and 102. Oh, if that's all you need for that run, you got a pretty good group right there. The Gray Man says, Triple P, that Spectre run is one of my faves. Yep. Great stuff.
Yeah, I think during that run, and I think I forgot the issue. I think it's like the first appearance. I can't remember. It's like in the 40s or something. It's like the first appearance of Michael Holt, Mr. Terrific.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And Quite Enough Sayer, he was providing me a starting point. I needed one. Thank you very much, sir. And Jackson says, I didn't mind having doubles until that new term came into being. Just kidding. Just kidding. Curious Joe Studios, nice Sergeant Fury selection. I have a few, including a few well-loved eye patch origin issues. Great stuff. Well, that's awesome to hear, Curious Joe. We'd like to. Do you have a channel, Curious Joe, that you show your collection on? Let us know, because we'll throw you a plug. We'd like to see them. We'd love to see anybody's collection. Great stuff. Michael Taylor says, Doc, you bring it well. Funny take on Rod Stewart's You Wear It Well. Michael Taylor says, Doc, fantastic books. Thank you very much, Michael. I appreciate that, as always. Triple P says, definitely Rob and Gray Man. I recently completed the run and have been casually rereading them. Wow, that's awesome. That's a great run to have.
Yes, it is.
Robert says, Sergeant Fury had a lot of reprints near the end of the run. Yeah, they did. Reprinting a lot of their earlier classic stuff. Lady M says, Rod's gotten into the eggnog a bit early today. Shame on him. I do love eggnog, but just eggnog. Just got to be clear. Rob Brown says, unfortunately, my father instilled in me at an early age, if I need something, sell items I have invested in. I've fixed my cars and trucks by selling comics as well as many other things. Hey, why not?
Oh, yeah, I've had to do it.
Believe me, if it came down to it and I had to sell it, I'd be thankful that I had them to sell. Right. You know, it's just real life. You know, you got to deal with it. We all love our comics, our hobbies, whatever, action figures, whatever you want to collect and whatnot. But you know, that's just self-enjoyment. When it comes to life and what you got to deal with, yeah, it gets tough sometimes. And we totally sympathize with you, man. Been there, done that. Lady M says, the two anime cartoons I remember growing up was Speed Racer and Kimba the White Lion. I've heard of Kimba, never ever seen an episode of Kimba.
I don't remember that one.
No, I don't remember seeing it, but Speed Racer, man, that was a after school must. And Mike Taylor says, it's amazing that they built a Mach 5 for the movie. There's a movie? There's a Speed Racer movie? Seriously? Oh. I'd never heard of it. Looks like it. Looks just like it. Really? Michael, now you got me curious. I want to know if there's a Speed Racer movie and if it's any good. Dun, dun, dun. August Ascetic. Double A question. Thank you for hanging out with us this morning. Appreciate it, Double A.
Absolutely. Glad to have you.
He's got a question. He said, did any of you sell any back issues and then regret and so have to reacquire? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You got any you want to share? Any stories you want to share? Oh, but yes, they definitely have. Just recently, I think it's right here. There it is. Here's one for you right there. I just finished paying this off a couple of weeks ago, and I sold this along with a bunch of other early ones for, like I said, to pay some medical bills, and I wanted this issue back, so I found one. It was decent. Got a little writing on here, but the story and everything is intact. So now I have that I can put back in. So yes.
Oh, congrats, man. I'm glad.
So I'm very, very lucky. So yes, there have been many times. Lady M says, funny thing, I always thought that the Mach 5 was named Mach 5. I learned differently by the time the Speed Racer movie came out. So there is a movie. I don't remember ever hearing anything about a movie. Rob Brown, Logan's Run is fantastic. I remember seeing that at the movies. Logan's Run, man. Michael Taylor says, Dr. Von Schiller, great way to spend your day. Foods, comics, and food. Yeah, comics and pizza. That's mine. Rob Brown, I did the cover to Wizard magazine, number 91. Now I got to check my Wizard collection to see if I've got that.
Yeah, I know. I was looking around for it and I couldn't find it. I mean, I didn't have it, but after I saw it, I was like, it's an Undertaker cover.
Undertaker?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh,
yeah, I think you showed it on Facebook, and I was like, oh man, I got to try to hunt that one down.
Oh, I got to look to see if I have it because I still got a bunch of my old Wizard.
He's breeding me here.
There you go. Robert Harrison says they were going to make a Sergeant Rock movie with Bruce Willis, but nothing came of it. Yeah, I was hoping.
Yeah, I always heard that they were going to make a Sergeant Rock movie with Schwarzenegger, and I'm glad nothing became of it.
That was called Commando.
Right. Yeah, you're probably right.
Michael Taylor says, Doc, Shannon, I love that jingle at the end of the show. Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Unfortunately, I can't get those, use those music anymore because they got rid of that editing software. So now I have to use these other funky ones that I got to admit I'm not real thrilled with, but we do the best we can. Thank you, though. Rob Brown says, speaking of dinosaur comics, I completed the run on that war that time forgot. Awesome stuff. Wow, you completed the run on it.
Is that the Silver Age run? That's awesome, man.
Wow, cool. That's awesome.
That is fantastic.
Congratulations, man.
Sure.
Michael Taylor says, I'm taking a page, ECR. All you need is comics. All you need. Oh, I see. You're taking a page from ECR. All you need is comics. All you need is comics. All you need is comics. Comics is all you need. I butchered that. I'm sorry. And I'm a Beatles fan too.
Yeah. Hey, we got an excuse. We're kind of under the weather, so
Holy mackerel! Yeah, and we're well into overtime too. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We really appreciate it, man. I just realized. The Jackson Roykirk says, "AA, I sold a number of books in the early '80s that I wish I still had. Only picking them up when I run across them for cheap." Yep, that's pretty much what I had to do as well. Easy Comic Reader, he's clapping for Michael. Werewolf by lunchtime, I prefer eggs to the nog. And what do I know? I'm constantly drunk on vodka. Okay. Rob Brown, he's laughing out loud at Werewolf by lunchtime. Michael Taylor says, yes, Speed Racer live action. Many years ago.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Well, I'll be hitting up my on-demand feature on my cable to see if that works. See if I can find it. Rob Brown, I've rebought comics so much, it's crazy. Yeah, but it's the thrill of the hunt, right? It's still the thrill of the hunt. Werewolf by lunchtime, I'm watching the Premier League, and my team was losing 2-0. I started watching this, and full time was 2-2. So we're bringing you luck. We're bringing them luck, whoever it is in the Premier League. Which team do you root for? Is it Manchester United? That's all. I don't know if that's a team in there, but I know that's the only soccer team that I know of. Maranya says 2008 was the Speed Racer live action movie. It uses the cartoon as inspiration, and it is great on its own. It was overshadowed by a little movie that also came out that year, Iron Man. Well played, Maranya. Well played indeed. Yeah, I like that. I want to see that because I'd love to see it. I was always fascinated by all the buttons on the steering wheel, like all it could do, and love that stuff. Michael Taylor says, Doc just pulls an early ASM from his rack. Love it. Well, it just happens to be there. So, but yeah, I like Neil Adams. How about that?
There we go.
That's a classic. That is a classic. An Adams Hawkman. That's cool. Higgy, gotta love that.
Oh, I'm sure he does. And I love that he threw the red tornado in the back.
Yeah, right there.
Kid Eternity.
Great stuff. Oh, I love that stuff. And Werewolf by Lunchtime says, I support Crystal Palace. We were playing Manchester City. Okay. There you go. Crystal Palace. I've never been a soccer guy, so I couldn't tell you. Barely a baseball guy anymore, and baseball used to be my big one.
Barely a baseball. Hey, sacrilege.
I know. I think I saw maybe one Red Sox game this season, and that's horrible for me.
Yeah,
It's
we
just
need to whip you back into shape, Rod.
yeah. I'm surprised. Mr. Breen, the professor, he keeps me on my toes or tries to with baseball information and stuff like that. But I've got to get back into it because I really love baseball.
Oh yeah.
The Jackson Roykirk says there were 3 covers to Wizard 91. Rob is 91C. Okay, I've got to hunt that down. Hopefully I have it. Hopefully I have it in there. Triple P says, Double A, I sold my copies of House of Secret 92 and Swamp Thing 1 through 10, and within a couple years had to reacquire. Oh, wow.
Oh yeah. That's some bucks right there. I know.
Oh, House of 92. Oh, that hurts. Rob Brown says, no, it's the 12-issue limited series DC did a few years ago. That's the war. Okay.
Yeah, I think I got a couple copies of that. I think I had one of those Neil Adams variant covers on one of them.
Yeah, I don't have the full run of that. I think I've got like 3 issues of that. I think that's all I've got of it. I really should make a push to get that, but there's so many things.
Yeah, so little time.
So little time. Curious Joe Studio says using AS. Amazing Spider-Man. Rob Brown, the war that time forgot. Yes. Quite enough, Sayer. And next Saturday is the 23rd. On or no? Oh, if we're having the show, I'll be able to do it. How about you, Shannon?
What is 20?
It's the 23rd.
Because usually, well, I'm not really sure yet because we'll have to. We do Christmas at my folks on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And Christmas with the kids, we just kind of have to take it when we can get everybody here. So not quite sure yet.
That's okay. It's totally understandable. It's easy for me because I'm right here. So it's easy as far as that goes. Whether the health goes along with it, that's a different story. Yeah, I hear you. Curious Joe, right now the plan is, yes, there will be a show. So Curious Joe Studio says that ASM Daredevil looks really nice the second time around. Yeah, believe me, when I saw it on the wall there, I'm looking at it and it's one of those triple takes, it's like, it was just calling me. It's like, hey, remember me? So Curious Joe Studios also says, sorry for the fat thumbs chat earlier. Hit send too fast. That's I got fat fingers myself. That's why I can't text so well. Higgy Pop says, hey guys, I missed most of the show, but I will check it out on the replay. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you, James. Have a great week yourself, sir.
You too, brother.
And Lady M says, take care, Higgy Pop, and thank you again for the shout out. You made my week. Oh yeah. Higgy Pop, did you get to see his video where he drew you and I and him on the comic book cover?
Oh yeah. I finally got caught up with him. I had him send me a picture of that because I wanted to print it out and stick it on my wall.
yeah, I wanted to do the same thing.
Yeah.
I got to do the because I wanted to hang that up. I was going to put it on a bag and board.
Yeah.
And put it in my.
I already got a piece of a Hawkman sketch he sent me. And then there was a sketch of, did you see the one with Commandy and Omac and the gorilla? Did you see that one?
I think so. I'm not sure, but I think I did.
Yeah, this is, I know I've probably shown this, but this one I'm going to stick in a frame.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
I just thought that was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. He's pretty talented, man. Wish I had some of that talent.
I showed you the Christmas thing I sent to my grandkids, right?
Yes.
Yeah, just a quick thing here. We were going to have a Christmas party for our grandchildren, and a couple of them were sick, so we had to cancel out. And they dealt with that, and I think I might have got what they had, which I'm dealing with right now. But I sent out like Christmas party invitations to all 3 of our grandkids to kind of get a big deal. So I drew Santa Claus and used my digital printer. So here's the one I did.
That's awesome.
I thought it was kind of cool.
I got to tell you, my wife fell in love with it too.
Yeah, I kind of got a kick out of it, and the kids got a kick out of it, and then we had to cancel. So it might be after the new year before we can have a little party and sleepover, but we're still going to try to do it. So
yeah, well, hopefully everything works out, brother.
Hopefully.
Gray Man says Werewolf by lunchtime 2-2 versus City is a result.
Ends in a tie. Yeah.
Michael Taylor says very colorful movie, has a cartoon feel to it. Oh, I'm curious. I want to see it, man. I want to see it now. I want to see that car. Michael Taylor says Triple P. Ouch. Rob Brown says, I would love to spend next Saturday morning with all you guys. Cool beans. Well, hopefully we'll see you here.
Right back at you. If there's not a holiday thing going on, I will be here. Or if I'm not definitely sick or something, you know.
Absolutely. The Christmas show. Dun, dun, dun. And Mike Taylor says, Horror Mike is having a pre-Christmas stream on the 22nd. Very cool. Tune in to Horror Mike. He has some really cool horror stuff.
He does, yeah.
When he shows the magazines and stuff. He's the one that, didn't he also, he did movies? Didn't he do a movie or something?
Yeah, I think he did a couple of movies, yeah.
Yeah, I think he did the documentary thing, too.
He does some good stuff.
And Rob Brown says, I'm not sure. Sock, Doc.
I think he's saying it's okay, Doc.
Oh, okay. It's okay, Doc. My comics talk to me too. Rolling on the floor laugh. Yeah, they talk to me. They do. Mike Dill says he's going to have a Scream Queen with him. Oh, wow. There you go.
Cool.
Everybody tune in. And Robert Harrison 2.0 says, later, it was a blast. Robert, thank you so much, my friend, for stopping by.
Thanks for being here, Bob.
Take care. Stay warm up there. Mike Taylor says, great stuff, Shannon.
Thank you, Michael.
And Werewolf by Lunchtime says, last minute equalizer, Gray. Whoo! And that catches us up with the Peanut Gallery. Oh, this just in. Michael Taylor says, great show as always. Had a blast. Doc, Shannon, and Peanut Gallery, have a nice weekend. You too,
well,
Mike.
Sir. You as well.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. As always, really appreciate it. And Easy Comic Reader says, awesome to see everyone again. Take care and enjoy the rest of your week. And you as well, sir.
You too, sir.
And Maranya says, take care, Rod, Shannon, and the Nutty Peanut Gallery and the sunny nuts of the day out there. Stay safe. And if I don't see you before then, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And the same to you, Lady M.
You as well, kind lady.
And she mentions the nut of the day. I haven't forgotten. I've had a nut of the day the last 2 shows, but our nut that we had planned hasn't showed up yet. So we still have it in the
Whenever
works.
they show up, then.
That's it. We'll nail them with it. Or curse them with it. I don't know. What do you want to say? The Jackson Roy Creek says, I should be here next week unless the Christmas lights and my hypnotic skills say otherwise.
Good stuff.
I'm never going to be able to walk up in my living room and look at those Christmas lights the same.
Yeah. You're like David Letterman. It's got me hypnotized.
I can see. Can you see? Go up and there's the Christmas lights on and look at the missus and you know what? You know what I'd get? Yeah, exactly. It says, what's on TV and what are we having for supper? No. Rob Brown says, stay healthy, guys. You too.
Rob. Yeah.
Curious Joe Studios says, great show as always. Many thanks to our illustrious hosts and all the peanuts. Well, thank you very much. We couldn't do it without you guys.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Charles Mardanes, another fun show, but gotta go. Charles, have a great weekend and great week. Hopefully we'll see you next Saturday. Take care. Quite Enough Sayer says, bring one of your hotties, Jackson. Rob Brown says, Merry Christmas to all.
And you, Rob.
Come on, we got to finish it. And to all a good night. Merry Christmas to you as well, Rob. Hope you have a great holiday. Hopefully we'll see you next Saturday and we can share some more time on a Saturday morning. Werewolf by Lunchtime says, don't listen to Jackson. He is under my comic mag musing spell. Oh, yeah, comic mag music. Bill. The Jackson Worker says, anyone is nuts if they miss this show.
Be kind,
well, hopefully the reason they're missing it is nothing bad or serious. Hopefully it's just a case of they've got real life to live. So, and Rob Brown says, laughing out loud of Jackson. And Rob Brown says, you guys might want to stretch this show to 3 hours, Doc. I'm telling you, Jen and I say that all the time. We could just keep going some days, you know. So we love it. We love hanging out with you guys, hearing what you got to say. The interaction with you guys, you make it all worthwhile. You know. So, all righty then. So, I think that'll wrap us up for another week. Yeah, what you got planned today, Shannon?
Probably just gonna take it easy and pop some meds and hang out, maybe watch some basketball. And I think my Bengals are playing today on Saturday. So
yeah, there's 3 games today.
Yeah, so might do that and just hopefully get better here in the next few days and be ready for the holidays. We got actually our last production day for this year was yesterday, and I had a vacation day. But they're having like volunteer work, so I volunteered to work like the first 4 days of next week, and then after that I got about 15 or 16 days off. So looking forward to that. Yeah. So hopefully get to spend a lot of time with family and get ready for Christmas and kind of bang around in the room here as I love to do, and I know you do too. Mm-hmm. So that's probably about it. What you got going on?
I think today we're gonna. We were going to watch, I think, It's a Wonderful Life, but I'm going to try and see if I can find those other 2 movies, the Little Shop on the Corner or The Shop Around the Corner.
I'll see that one myself.
Yeah, I want to check that one out. And the other one, I can't remember what the other one is. I have to go look back through the chat. But there are 2 movies. I want to hunt those down. Plus, I want to hunt down the Speed Racer one. So, but I would say we'll probably make some popcorn, watch a Christmas movie. And I think tonight we're going to try and... right at dark, we'd like to try and go out and ride around a few of the neighborhoods to see the Christmas lights and stuff.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah, there used to be a couple that lived a couple streets over. They've been gone for probably 10 years now, but they used to make wooden, carved out wooden displays in their yard. Like one year the theme would be peanuts, so they'd have all the peanut guys and Snoopy, and I mean built just a piece of plywood carved out, and painted and everything and set up. They were phenomenal, and when they left, they had done this for several years. When they left, they gave a lot of those things that they had done to the surrounding neighbors and friends. So they all still put them up. So it's fun to just drive around the neighborhood, and sometimes they're playing music outside and stuff. So I think that's what we'll do tonight. And then by the time we get back, it'll probably be time for wrestling and
pizza.
And I think there might be a pizza. It's Saturday, might be a pizza in my future. I think that's a safe bet. So that's what I got going. Like you said, just making the trek to Christmas. Got a little more Christmas shopping to do. So we'll get that done this week, and it'll be here before we know it.
It will. Yeah.
So another year. Ho ho ho. I'm a cut of a misfit. I'm sorry, I love those songs. Anyway, thank you everybody for hanging out with us again today. Really appreciate it. We couldn't do it without you. You guys make it so much fun, make it well worth every Saturday morning. Looking forward to getting up and showing up down here and Shannon in his comic room. Like I said, we couldn't do it without you.
That says it all.
No. All righty. Everybody, have a great weekend. Have a great week. Hopefully, we'll see you back here next Saturday morning. Enjoy your week. And Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
All right. Take care, everyone. Oh, and I'm not ready once again. So we'll just go back and we'll just do this. And then we'll look for the outro because it's here somewhere. Everybody, take care.